turn that camera off. And this is fun. Oh, lovely. I'm live. Isn't this just charming? This is going to take a little bit for me to get my ass together. Under one of my accounts, I'm able to actually, in theory, have 15 people in a Hangout. Unfortunate part is that there's a few tricks to this. One of them is actually going through that. Let me mute this. Sorry. One of the tricks to this is that to bitch upon trying to invite anyone. Because if they go to click on the Hangout, they're not going to see that there's actually anyone in it. Let's see. Unfortunately, I don't have this rigged up so that I can actually post the link. I will have to add that to the description in a moment. And I'm probably going to just be talking to the screen for a little bit, so freaking well, because there's no one in here. I did post through the Google Plus side the link if anyone actually wants to go there. Not that anyone's actually hearing this at the moment anyway. There's like nobody watching most likely. Let's see now. I also don't think I did a proper announcement on my regular channel. Let's see now. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing here, so please bear with. Live events, there we go. Edit. And join link. Link. And Control V, there we go. There we go. Now it should be in the description there if anyone did come in and want to join up. Hopefully so. I have no idea how well this thing will actually work. There we go. Get a colon in there. There we go. Oh, why is it on private? Son of a bitch. No wonder I'm having problems. Well, I'll have to fix that. Okay, well, in theory that should have done something. I don't know. Yeah, this isn't fucking helping. Yeah, changing to public at the end there probably isn't going to help. And it's not letting me post it to G+. The fuck? Overgrown pile of shit. There we go. Is that working? Well, in theory it is. Oh, and it looks like somebody's watching now. I just updated the description of this and added in there the actual join link. Broadcasting from a Hangout that can handle 15 people in theory. The downside is if somebody goes to actually join the frickin' thing, they're not going to see who's actively in it. And I can't invite my regular list, so this is a little bit persnickety, and I'm probably going to be sitting here treading water for a little bit of a while, because not much else they can do. Broadcasting through XSplit. And presumably the person watching isn't myself right now. Faithless and Ben are outside of... Yeah, I know they're outside. Come on in. Yeah, I added them to the Hangout. Okay, whatever. I'm the only person in the fucking video call. I invited several people. The account name's Freelance GM, incidentally. So if you get an invite from that, you'll know what the hell's going on here. Let me invite Seamus. He was doing his own thing earlier. I'm not seeing him in the list. There's too many damn people here. So the problem is I don't actually have anyone added to the other account. So I'm going to sit here and sound like a jackass for a while. Hello, one viewer. How are you? I'm about ready to just start reading a fucking story here. I don't know what's going on here. Well, let's load this up here so I can see what the fuck's going on here. Let's see, now we have like nothing going on here, and I'm the only person here. Hello! Join link in description. Yeah, this is really awkward, isn't it? Yeah, normally I'd have some of the Kagito folks in here. I don't know what the hell's going on with them. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. Either that or there's another hangout going that I'm unaware of. And unfortunately it looks like I'm going to remain unaware of at this rate. Let's go bug Seamus and them if I can. They just... SHAMOS 999. There we go. Okay, that's the ID. Let's see now, invite them if I can. Yeah. Why would anyone be watching this other than me? Oh, holy crap! It's Prudent. There we go. Hey, Prudent, how's it going? Keeping me from floundering a little bit?
Sort of. As you can tell by my voice, I've had a pretty bad sore throat the last few days.
Oh man, that sucks.
No, man, I know. I've been sick since like Saturday. It just keeps getting progressively worse.
Well, feel free to give the link to whoever you'd like. Not
I
very
guess.
picky tonight. Unfortunately, you're going to have to actually send them. That's kind of the downside there. Hey, here's Heavy Hauler. Dum dum dum. Heavy Hauler, how's it going, man? I'm just wondering if the doorbell actually sounds on the main stream. It might, I don't know.
Are you trying to get, it says you're trying to get 15 people into this?
I can have up to 15 people. This is my quote-quote company hangout thing, which is kind of
Oh,
fun.
kick ass.
Let me go and change screens. I haven't gotten a chance to actually really fuck with it yet. Let me get myself up out of the way here. Yeah, I have to XSplit through it, and as such, I can't really like, I have to invite people individually, and since it doesn't tell them that, A, who the fuck I am, and B, and more entertaining, I guess you could say, it doesn't tell people who's in the hangout. All it tells them is that they've requested to join, and pretty much ends it with that. Okay, there
Mm.
we go. And let me add a screen region here if I can. Actually, better yet, let's find one that doesn't have too much crap in it. Here we go.
Freelance is another account?
Yeah,
Business account. Yeah, that's right. That's sorry.
when I started up Shadow, I was actually planning on setting it up this way, and it told me, fuck you, no you can't, so I had to come up with a second name. I was really pissed, man, because I was planning this the whole time with this one.
Yeah.
Let's see now, screen regions, there we go. There we go, add you folks in here. I've got the first 3 down there. Rock on,
Uh,
and we can...
the thing that's interesting is, I wasn't sick at all in the year 2014. I went the entire year without, getting sick one day. So I guess it's no surprise that eventually my immune system would give away.
Yeah, starting the new year with a choke.
Tell me about it. Well, at least I'll think of it more this way. I think of getting sick more as a way of training my immune system so I can live longer.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it, I suppose.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
just
take
keep telling
I
yourself
take
that.
public transit to school, man. If you ever been on a city bus, that thing is a cesspool filled with germs.
Wear a mask.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If I, assuming assuming I don't get hit by a pickup truck anytime soon, I should hopefully live up to 130.
Oh, don't worry, man. I might have a pickup, but I'm not aiming for you or anything.
Well, that's the thing, though. Even if medical science does catch up, and we do live up to like 130, there might be some other issues too. I mean, there's still going to be the physical aspects of having to live that long. We'd first have to make biomedical improvements in movement. We'd also have to, and let's face it, I mean,
Keep us
around
from
age,
falling
well,
apart.
yeah, and let's face it, like around ages 80 through 90, I mean, that's kind of the time where, erections go away. I mean, I don't want to spend the last 40 years of my life not being able to arouse myself.
Not able to arouse yourself, dude. Bad choice of words,
Suppose
man.
get somebody else to
I'm sorry,
do
feel
it.
aroused in some way. I should have been more specific. That was bad.
Oh, incidentally, for the 4 people watching, this is I'm broadcasting through XSplit again, like I did last night. However, in this case, I'm doing an experiment. I have an account that allows me to have up to 15 people in a Hangout. The link is in the actual video description of this. Just click Show More if you want, and you're more than welcome to join. It will not tell you who's in the Hangout, and it'll come up with a little ding dong announcing your arrival, and then I get to say come in or not.
Yeah,
And
when I left last night, I went back and started and watched this for a little bit, and then I saw the setup you had where you had like, up in the corner, there's the person that was talking, and then you were showing the side group chat, and then you were showing some other stuff, and I'm like, what? That is cool.
yeah, it's fun. I mean, I really like what I can do with XSplit. It's just I'm usually too lazy to bother with it, but if I do Hangouts in here, I have to. But it's supposed to be able to support up to like 15 people, so that's pretty fun.
Yeah. And you even had the comments on the YouTube page.
And we can get the internal stuff, the external stuff going. The only problem is sending out links, because I have to just hope that people will either join it, because I can't really spam links in this like I can normally. And I'm going to check to see who's doing what, because if Xbox goes to start something, I'm going to try and co-opt his ass and say, come on over, help me test this shit.
Bring friends and enemies.
Yeah. Well, the problem is you have to actually kind of send them the link, which is a little bit of a nuisance.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Let me see if I can bug Shamos and them right quick.
Because it showed up for me in my feed from you.
Yeah. Let's see. Now, is this the one that's... No, that's...
Well, I mean the hangout on the YouTube page, not...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually put a little thing on my Google Plus with the link as well, so there's multiple ways for people to get here, and hopefully some folks will show up. I don't know, man. Right now I'm just kind of chilling out. Let's see now, Shamos. Because I was talking to him somewhat earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I will send him a message.
Shamos, he's like the new resident priest up here, right?
Yeah. I mean, my first talk with him was pretty good, though.
I don't know if he's actually pre-sub, but...
Well, Arcane used to be the resident priest up. Now he doesn't really hang out around here as much anymore. Probably better if Shamos is at least not, as, well, stupid.
Yeah, I mean, my first conversation with him was actually pretty good, and then he just, I don't know, he seemed to start going a somewhat different direction with things, so to speak. And
yeah.
I just don't know what to make of that.
Yeah, I've seen him in other hangouts and listened to him, and he sounded like pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
But that all of a sudden he comes up with that, what I was asking about, like something to the contrary or something. I'm like, oh no, Kent Hovind strikes again. But I think that thing has been around for a long time. The impossibility of the contrary or something.
Yeah, that would be it.
Yeah, sounds right up Satan Bragalots. Whatever.
Yeah, Sai.
Yeah, Sai's actually coming to my home state in about a month.
I feel sorry for your state.
Yeah, there are several people on here I cannot listen to for long, and he's one of them.
Oh, Sai? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, no, he's going to be here for a conference, I guess, so I might try to sneak in just to see if I can talk to him or something. I'll probably try to record it and be like, well, this is how it works when you try to reason with someone like Sai. You can't really reason with the unreasonable.
Yeah,
no, you can't, because he is not wrong, period. He's not wrong. He's pretty much said so.
Yep, regardless of how wrong you may be, you're still wrong, yeah.
No, but he can't be wrong.
Maybe you're right, maybe crazy, just maybe a lunatic you're looking for. Yes, I remember that era, unfortunately. Might have been mildly traumatic, but we'll see. Hey, Rick, just instead of just sharing it, you can actually come in and join, Yeah, I expect to be spinning my wheels for a while, so for those few watching, please excuse me. It's a matter of me trying to recruit people into this. And as I said earlier, they'll click on it, they won't see who's in it, and a lot of people will be like, oh, it must be empty. Because this is not the kind of hangout that are usually ran. It doesn't tell you who's in it, because it's supposed to be a company hangout.
Oh. Now, if I copy the link up at the top, can I share that on my
you can share it with whoever you want, man.
Okay. Let's see here. Watson.
Rick, it can hold like 15 people. It doesn't matter what you say. Or if you say nothing, hell. But yeah, I haven't actually properly tested the functionality with this, but the one thing I noticed the other day, because I was really bothered, I was really kind of like, what the hell? Apparently I do actually have the authority to eject, which is kind of cool, because that was my big concern, is if somebody got out of line, I couldn't get rid of them if I had to. On the downside, though, I don't actually have the control panel access. I can click on it till the cows come home, but it's not available.
Why not?
because this is an off-air hangout. If I run an on-air... Oh, Becky. Here comes Jade.
Oh, hey, Jade.
Yeah, give her a second to get in here.
Oh, okay.
I just authorized her to join the call. She may be a second to actually acknowledge it. There we go. Hello, I am Flaw. We're okay tonight. We're doing something a little bit different. This hangout can handle up to 15 people, so we're going to play with that for a little bit. But whether you want to come in or not, Rictus, entirely up to you. The link's out there. You should have it. All you have to do is click on more, and anyone that wants to can come in. I'm going to see if I can fill this puppy and test its capabilities, because, yeah, new toys. Actually, I've had this toy for about a month, and honestly, before it comes to the point that I either have to pay to keep it going or not, I'd like to decide whether I actually like it or not, because, you know, novel concept and all.
Oh, pay-per-view. Oh, no.
That's like $5 a month, man. It's not bad.
Oh, no, definitely not. For 15 people? No.
You know, if we can actually potentially run larger hangouts, I mean, it'd be nice to have a large panel show, potentially. Of course, I don't know how well you can manage a hangout with that many people in it. We have enough trouble with 5 or 6 half the damn time, right?
Yeah, the moderating would be kind of a tricky.
Yeah, moderating will be a pain in the ass. That is absolutely true.
You will do as I say, or I will boot your ass.
Yeah, and I'm expecting a lot of dead air. Jade, how's it going? Oh, darling. Oh, Jade. And here comes Rictus, the man who I've not seen in ages. Seeing as
there you go. I was muted, but I had something else open, and I couldn't seem to get back here to unmute myself.
You got yourself lost somewhere down the line.
Huh?
You must have got lost somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me redo my screen regions here. There we go. This is just a big old test anyway. Yeah, through I Am Flaw in the comment section, they've had the 15 people hangouts available for a while. The problem is that they can traditionally be done online unless you stream through something else. I initially was going to set it up Shadow with that capability, and when I went to set it up, it told me that I needed to open a new ID, and I wasn't very happy about it, but what can you do? And there's no way I'm going to set this one up with circles just like the other one, because it gets to be a pain in the butt after a while.
Wait, I Am Flaw. I think I know that name. Oh man, he and I actually had a pretty nasty back and forth one time in a comment section a couple of months ago.
No, okay. I don't know. That's kind of par for the course, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I certainly get used to it after a point. Here we go. Let me resize Prudy here. Here we go.
Oh man, I think I can my voice is almost completely gone.
I don't know. There have been days that I wish that your voice would be gone, but you know, this doesn't happen to everyone.
Asshole.
Oh, come on. That was fun, man. Oh, come on. How many days have you wished that I'd lose my voice? Let's be honest here. Okay. Note to self: do not make Prudent laugh. Might kill him. Yeah, come on, Epi. We got plenty of frickin' room. Get your butt in here. You're just not going to see that it's going. Incidentally, those that are actually watching the stream, when the proverbial doorbell rings.
And apparently, I Am Flaw says he knows
Max
me in real life.
Confess.
That actually concerns me a little bit because.
I want to see if I can fill this puppy up. This will be fun. Once again, if you go to click on the link, it will not show you who's in the Hangout. It's just a function of these, which is a little bit of a nuisance. And hello, Max. How you doing? And I'm going to have to add a bigger screen region now. There we go.
I'm not doing too bad. And how are you, Mr. Heathens?
Ah, that's who you are right now. Oh, wait. This is going to the Maximus thing, isn't it?
No, it's not.
That's okay. There we go. Okay, let's get the next screen region on here, and hopefully I'm guessing the right size for 5 people. If we can get that many in here, we're trying to fill her up to 15 once again. There we go. I did invite Xbox and that lot. They're welcome to come, of course, and I don't know if they're
live?
Oh yeah, we're streaming.
Oh.
Yeah. We are streaming. I'm trying to see if I can fill the puppy, and I'm doing a test. When I initially set the sucker up, it was right by the beginning of January, so I'm figuring by the end of January, because it's a 30-day free trial, I better decide whether I want to keep it or not. Cause it's only $5 a month, but I don't know how useful it's really going to be.
How many do you have in, like, when you role play? Do you ever run out of slots for people?
Well, the thing is with the games, it's kind of tricky because if you have too many people, it becomes really unmanageable.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
there are only a few kind of scenarios in which I can bring in the whole crowd. And I think I did that once, and it was this massive combat session, and
You
which
got
was
like two different groups or something doing different things.
I could in theory do that, but unfortunately this doesn't really let me hide people from the broadcast. Otherwise, I could do something along those lines. It could be kind of interesting, but
Yeah, I helped run it was forum based role play, and we had like two oh shoot places in the forum where one group could go here, but they couldn't go to the other one, so
oh, okay.
they were separate. They had separate forums, but the only way they could communicate back and forth was as they role played would be over radio or whatever.
hmm
But the game masters or whoever, well, I was helping, and we would handle a lot of the interactions back and forth. Like if in the one forum they go, okay, we're calling so and so, we'll see that, and then we'll go to the other forum and
Yeah.
copy the post and put it in there, so they would react that way. It's complicated, but they enjoyed it though.
Yeah, actually, I did a forum base at one point. It was years and years ago.
Mhm.
It was kind of fun, but it was before we could do this kind of interface and before there were things like the Roll20 app that we've been using, because that's been really, really useful to say the least. But I went through and revamped the role-playing system completely to make it more playable that way. I had everybody, I gave everyone access to a die roller. I had them roll dice a certain number of times and then randomize those rolls on a chart of my own, and I did the rolling for them. So I'd be rolling like a D10 to see which one of the 10 results, and after I'd gotten two of the different results, I'd scratch both of those results out, and I'd be rolling a D8, then a D6, then a D4, then I'd have them send in more rolls. This way, they didn't know what their result was, so if they failed or succeeded, they didn't really know. And it went fairly well, but one of the girls there was like, I really want to play, but my mom says role-playing games are evil. So I wrote up this little thing called Role Playing 101, explaining what it is and how it's used in things like psychotherapy and this and that, as well as in other venues. And her mom ended up letting her play. A couple of years later, I ended up dating her. It was kind of weird. How
Hey.
these things happen.
Oh, I think I just got back. Who's
Oh,
Max? Confess.
I'm not sure. Who are you, Max? What you all about? Oh, wait, no, that's Epi. What am I saying? I mean, it's Max.
Oh, no.
I'm not paying attention to myself here.
I'm not who this Epi person is.
Yeah, of course you aren't.
Who?
Yes, I thought that you were Mr. Epidural that gave pap smears and stuff. Never mind. I must have been
No,
mistaken.
that must be some other douchebag.
Turn his camera on. Let's see if he's telling the truth.
Actually, I will have you. I will have you know, in this format there is no control panel. Things like mics and the cameras cannot be turned on or off.
Mm-hmm. And if I
I-
wanted, just saying, if I wanted my camera turned on, I would have been in a Brett Keane hangout by now.
Oh crap! I don't think
That's
he's
okay,
blocked under
because-
this account. Fuck. Well, I still have an eject button.
Well, I already know it's Epi's by his voice. He can't tell it's by mine because I have a fucking sore throat right now.
Yeah. In theory, if you're in the proverbial company, then you should be able to have additional functionality in here. I think. I don't know. I haven't added a secondary fake account because it's like $5 per quote company member. But if I can get people in here, it'd be kind of nice. Once again, for the 8 people watching, there is a join link there. Just click on the show more thing. You're welcome to come in. This is a free-for-all, and this hangout, in theory, can handle up to 15 people. And we're trying to put that shit to the test tonight. And right now, we
So
have
how
no
does
freaking
it-
topic.
So, being new to this whole experience, how is this done? Did you pay for extra room? or an advanced account or something?
It's a company account. I tried to do that with Shadow, and I set up the whole Shadow account and this and that. I'm like, okay, now let's upgrade it to a company account, and it says you must make a new one, and I'm like, you motherfucker.
That must be one of the requirements.
Well, I can add Shadow to the company account, but it doesn't get, it doesn't count. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Shadow's considered the owner of the company, but it needs a separate account for the admin.
Okay.
So it's virtually pointless in that regard. And
So you can still upload to your channel, correct?
yeah. Oh, Jello, get your ass in here, you dick. Hang on a second. Give me a second here. This is going to yell at me, I'm sure. It's just Jello. Jello, get in here. Invite Jello, motherfucker. There we go. And if I could send an additional message, I would.
I didn't know Jello's last name was motherfucker.
Yeah, did you know that? I've known that for a little bit of a while. I'm going to send him a text.
I thought motherfucker was his maiden name.
There we go. Jello. Here we go. Join, punk. There we go. Pungle. Yeah, that was good. Punk. Paste. There we go. And see if we can get Jello in here, because he's the one that would actually send random invites to whoever the fuck anyway. I've had some fun with him. He's an interesting one, we'll just say.
He's a trip.
Yeah.
You can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've had some fun with Jello. But there's always room for Jello, right?
Yeah.
There you
Oh
go.
dear.
Of course, I'm sitting here thinking, why are people bothering to watch this? We're just spinning our fucking wheels. Here we go. And Jello, hey man, how's it going?
Oh, he don't look too good tonight.
Nah, I think he might be a little ill. He looks like an alien fucking a camera. Hey Jello, this is me doing a test run on streaming from my quote company account that can handle up to 15 people.
All right, how's that going?
So far so good. We get 9 watching, and any of those 9 are welcome to join at a fucking whim, because I'm going to see if I can fill this fucker up and see what happens. I want to see if I can blow this shit up, because why the fuck not? But, and it's, incidentally, those that are in here, of course, invite whoever the hell you want. You'll just have to share the link with them. Because I can't, I do have limited capabilities with this to a degree, but yeah, in theory it's company hangout, and the only real power I have control panel wise is the ability to eject. But beyond that, not jack shit.
And after Jello hits his bong a couple times, we call him Mellow Jello.
So how you doing tonight, man? Oh, I forgot to invite Service. I should invite him.
Actually, Heavy just gave me one hell of an idea. Thanks a ton, man.
Hey, dude, anytime, man.
Just woke up, realized something's missing, and there he is, getting my bag. Now I remember.
Yeah, also the people watching the stream will notice that everyone except for myself shows up as being a guest. That's because I'm the company and they're not.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. And Prudy fell away. Okay, maybe he lost his voice.
Yeah.
And I'm drinking tonight.
Cheers.
Getting prepared for tomorrow, so I'm already hitting the wine. Seeing as wine, I can actually have a couple glasses of, and it'll hit me, unlike the vodka that apparently I can go through a bottle of.
I haven't drank anything in so long, I forgot when I had anything.
Yeah, typically I drink once a year. It's I don't want to say a celebration,
January
but
1st to December 31st.
it's more for a memorial kind of drink thing.
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise I just go through and end up getting completely miserable, and so I have to schedule when I'm going to sit there and officially acknowledge why it is that I have the need to drink.
Oh.
It's one of those kind of things. Whether I lost a daughter years and years ago. It's been almost 20.
Oh,
It's been almost 20 years now. She'd be getting close to turning 20 now, had she survived. Actually, no, 18. Now that I think of it, sorry, no, it'd be 18, based upon the year.
Oh.
Yeah, but regardless, it's been a long fucking time.
yeah.
And
Mm.
although I've consciously gotten over it, it still affects me on a subconscious level. I'll get moody as shit around this time of year. Just turn into a fucking bear. And as a result, I just say to hell with it. I'm going to officially acknowledge it and have a few drinks and get myself a little bit toasty once a year and be done with it. And
Yeah.
I'm preempting
Sometimes,
that a little bit tonight.
yeah. Sometimes when things like that surface, you have to do something to take care of it instead of trying to repress it.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise I'm just going to get moody as shit. And I know it's going to come up every year, so might as well deal with it.
If the therapy is going to happen one way or t'other, might as well accept it and embrace it.
Yeah, pretty much, man. I can't tell whether it looks like your little weird guy there is just keeps going forward and backing up to the camera, or if he's humping the camera, or if that arm's moving and we just can't tell.
Yeah, I think it's just the way the picture is moving, but it sort of looks like he's masturbating, and that's what I like about it.
Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, crap.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like people are always like he's a scary little guy, and I'm like, I think he's a happy little guy.
I think he looks
I
kind
mean,
of
I don't
cute.
know.
Where the hell's Rainbow?
It looks like a camera's trying to focus on him and it keeps going in and out.
Damn it, apparently I don't know the rest of Rainbow's name, damn it. Oh, well, I give up. I can't invite her. Oh, well.
Mm.
Okay, take care, Max.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Yeah, I don't actually have the side chat up now. We're not really spinning along here too much. As I said, I'm just fucking around right now. Hopefully we'll get something going later. And I've been running for a whole 30 minutes and just spinning my fucking wheels here. Let's see what we have here on Google. Well, I tried inviting Shamos. He was trying to do a hangout. I was going to let him just goof around in here for a bit if he wanted. Oh, wait, no, Muskie's technically invited. I already invited Kagito.
That was a good hangout last night when I was in. I'd never seen Josh around. I hadn't heard of him.
Yeah, I don't think I actually got around to adding him to circles, but it was weird.
Yeah, he got stuck there on that one thing though. So,
Oh man, on the main hangout, the one that I was mirroring from, the one that I was simulcasting from. After I went offline, we had Aestus come in, and him and weird ass racist shit. And once again, I had to throw him the fuck out.
who came in?
Aestus is Aestus.
The
IAS.
cute little dog is an icon.
Yeah, he had to go full Monty with the weird ass racist thing. And he's not trying to be racist, he just kind of is by default.
Yeah,
That's kind of the problem.
he's
See
hung up on IQ.
Yeah. Jade gotten a huge, well, Jade and Kevin and myself gotten a huge
Yeah.
to do with him at one point. And let me see if I can clear up my cameras from this so I can free that one up. There we go. Okay, now I can set my cam in here.
What problem does he have with QI? That's a great show. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Huh? What? I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic sometimes.
yeah, it turned into quite the clusterfuck. Oh, it took me like 7 attempts to roughly, I think it was like 7 or 8 attempts to actually upload Cult Night tonight. Oh, here comes Christian IG. Ding dong. Come on in. But we got, oh crap. It took me like 7 attempts to upload Cult Night tonight. I was getting a content match. So I cleared up the content match and uploaded another content match, and I cleared that up, and another Oh, it was such a fucking nightmare. I finally got the damn thing up. It took me like 8 attempts to upload it and 2 hours of effort and revamping. It sucked. But
So,
it's fucking up.
13, is this a different account?
Yeah.
Can I have a link? I need to subscribe to this one too.
This one in theory is just for these hangouts. You're welcome
And
to
the
do so if you
video is
want.
showing up on the Shadow Heathen channel.
Okay, so okay.
Yeah, I'm still streaming to Shadow.
Okay.
But this is just for the sake of being able to have the scary monster hangouts, which hopefully I'll be able to see about filling this fucker up and see what happens. I don't know. We will find out. I'm really upset. On Skype, Lenny's little green light's on, but he is not answering.
Oh.
I don't
Dick.
think Lenny's exactly gonna want to get into hangout with me though.
I don't think that matters. I don't think that matters. The punk should get his ass in here.
Prudence, have you been bad?
Maybe.
I'll send Redline the link for good measure. Haven't invited him yet.
Oh, I already did.
Oh. I'll
Yeah, he
send it to
shows
him
the
again.
screen, but that he may be away.
Oh, okay. Well, let's check that. I'm going to see if there's anybody else on my list.
Hey, I could invite Matthew 419.
Oh, he's welcome to come too. I don't really care who comes.
I'll go ahead and invite him.
He's welcome to come.
No.
It's his problem.
He
seems to have more
he
of a problem
shows
with me
being
than the other way
online.
around. No, he's welcome. I mean, you can send the link to whoever you want. I'd love to try and fill this thing up and see if it's worth the trouble to keep paying for it.
Yeah, when you mentioned clusterfuck, some of my Megazords are called that, where you have 12 or 13 different robots all put together in one mass.
Holy crap! I never bothered to look over your shoulder. Holy shoulder. Bleh, shoulder. Yeah, I'm drinking. Okay. It is officially starting to hit my vocal cords, apparently.
Yeah, Heavy's got a toy or two in the background, that's for sure.
Holy crap, man. You got quite the collection.
Well, a lot of them are in boxes. I've been trying to reorganize stuff, and I've been selling things on eBay to make room for new stuff.
Of course, I'm a complete dork. I'm going, do I see Guy King back there?
No, they're all Megazords.
Oh, okay. One of them
Power
looks a
Rangers.
little bit like, okay. Power
Super
Rangers. Ah. I'm gonna have to pour myself more booze in a few minutes, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't. No, I probably shouldn't. I've got to say, though, of all the YouTubers on here, and I've met quite a few while being in the Great Debate community, none of the people in the Great Debate community piss me off anywhere near as much as Psyche Truth. And they're not in the community.
That don't ring a bell.
Be thankful.
Okay.
This, back when I was dealing with the topic of Scientology a while ago, I ran into them then, because I went after this Psychiatry Industry of Death presentation by CCHR, which is a Scientology front group. And when I went after that, there was this one guy in there that I'm like, oh, look, they got the German guy in here so they can make it sound all sinister. Had no idea the asshole's name was Thomas Saz, big critic of psychiatry, and he's a douche and a half. So, as a result of that, I got a bunch of people from the Psyche Truth channel coming in to give me shit.
No.
And I found out what this channel was. And basically, they're claiming that, psychiatry is evil. They're part of this horrible conspiracy with the drug company. And, by the way, believe this stupid woo shit because that's the solution. Are you schizophrenic? No. You are just spiritually more aware and able to communicate with entities that other people can't see. I'm sorry, you're bipolar? No, you're especially whatever the fuck. And now they're claiming that, no, that's actually the Kundalini awakening, and you just merely have to start practicing Kundalini yoga to learn to control it. Fuck you.
Yeah, that still sounds like something you do with another consenting adult in the privacy of your own room.
Hey, baby, want a Kundalini? Hey, baby. I don't believe it. I didn't remember to invite Carson. I gotta fix that.
Wait,
New videos every day.
hold on. Psyche Truth. That's
Yep.
You mean that? Oh wow. That it's a pretty big psychology website though. I mean, or
Not even psychology. It's bullshit psychology.
yeah, I know.
It's kind of we decide that we hate psychology. Oh, and here comes Nodvik. Doorbell. Hey, Nodvik.
I didn't hear a ding ding.
I do on my side, and on the stream, in theory, they should hear it as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard it when I came in. That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, on the stream, they should hear it, but inside here, you shouldn't hear it. Only I should. It pops up with a little window saying, so-and-so is asking to join. But yeah, Psyche Truth, as I said, bane of my fucking existence, big time.
See, I always thought
Yeah,
Kundalini sounded like some kind of dangly part of the genitals. I don't know.
Let me look. Nope, not seeing any Kundalinis down there.
I had seen a couple of their videos before, but I didn't think they were anything too controversial. I guess 2 videos really isn't enough, though.
To look up bipolar on there, and you'll see a couple of this asshole promoting that bipolar illness doesn't exist, essentially. It's the Kundalini awakening. And it's that they've reached a higher spiritual plane and they don't know how to control it yet.
Oh,
I always cross-reference it with fucker right in the Kundalini.
Yep, that's another good one. For those 9 people watching, feel free to join. Click on the more info thingamajig or show more, whatever the fuck it is. And you'll find the link there. This hangout can hold up to 15 people, and we are doing testing tonight. So feel free to come in. When you click on it, it will not show you who's currently in the hangout, but I will click the little button saying, come on in! Or accept, technically.
Okay. Is it the one called Bipolar or Waking Up?
That's the one. I had a bunch of samples from that one in the Cult Night video, because the Cult Tonight was, 3HO, which apparently is a charity organization as well these days, now that the cult leaders kind of passed. But they go around and teach people Kundalini Yoga, and they're the fuckers that brought it to our country. And Canada, too.
Oh, we'll definitely have to look at this.
Oh, no, not Canada. They're gullible enough to believe that shit.
Yeah, well, they had opened up 100 branches, most of them in the U.S., within, 3 years of starting, so apparently we're the gullible fuckers. Apparently most of the people that joined up were hippies, though, initially.
I beg a difference. There's not as many Christians as such up here. And,
Well, I've found that when you have a population that doesn't tend to lean towards a certain religion, they tend to gravitate towards all kinds of weird shit instead.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, there's that theory out there, right, that a lot of the European nations, because they had that kind of religion, it didn't go all squirrely like it did in the States, where it became a free-for-all.
Yeah. Hey, Rosie.
Hey. Vince will be home in a second, so I'll probably wind up muting y'all until 15 people is reached.
Oh, heck, yep. I have to show a little bit of solidarity, though, just for the hell of it. Just, in relation to the picture and stuff. I can put my little... There we go. I can get my fake hawk. Yeah, my fake mohawk. The only thing I can wear over my headset. I tested it to 11, but I didn't test it while streaming. So in this case, I'm going to see if it's actually really viable for Google Hangouts streaming directly from these things or not.
Ah. Okay. Well, I will. Secondary account thingy. I can do other computer. Yes.
You don't have to. Don't have to this time. We're going to try and see if we can get actual people in it this time. And once again, for those watching, feel free to click on the show more and join if you'd like. This hangout can handle up to 15 people, and I'm drinking tonight.
Those watching, feel free to drink.
Please, by all means. Now tomorrow's.
It didn't give me a live notification.
It won't. Not for these. This is a corporate hangout.
Oh, special.
For those drinking, feel free to watch.
Yeah. And watch me get a little bit tanked tonight and very tanked tomorrow. Tomorrow I hit the vodka. Tonight it's just a little wine. Granted, I have no fucking tolerance to wine, and I have hell of a resistance to vodka, but...
Same reason you normally drink, or what?
What do you mean, what I normally drink? What the fuck, dude?
You barely ever drank, and there's usually a specific reason.
Yeah, and that reason would be called hope.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can actually find that, because I'm going to need it tomorrow anyway. Let's see now. Nope, wrong thing to click on. There we go. Let's see now. Look for Fox. And while I'm doing a random search for Fox, I feel like I should say something like, how's everyone tonight?
Acceptable.
Starving. I have failed to eat today.
No! You're not supposed to do that.
I know.
Failed to eat. That's something I never do. Unless I'm
I forgot
real bad sick.
I have a tendency to forget until I'm too hungry.
And breakfast, lunch, supper, and almost midnight snack, which is another whole meal anyway. My roommate says it's a wonder I'm not this big, you know.
Oh, by the way, Rose, you killed stuff in your sleep last night.
I did?
Yep.
Awesome.
Thought I should probably let you know. And I'm not going to clue in the audience as to what the fuck we're talking about, because why not confuse them more?
It is more fun that way.
Now, if we needed somebody objectionable in here, you know, then I can really test to see if this is viable, but so far we have, like, nice, agreeable people. Hey, Heike,
Well,
how's it going?
I'm inviting everybody I can think of that.
Hey, Heike, you can come in and say hi if you want. Just click on the left by the Show More button, and it'll give you the link. You can come in. We can handle up to 15 people. Just won't show you who's in here. But you're welcome to join if you want. Haven't talked to you in ages.
Or I can see everyone in here.
Well, I can too. It's funny, I keep looking, now that I've been drinking, I keep looking over going, oh, we got 15 people watching. No, it says 15-person hangout. Never mind.
No.
Do I have any objectionable people?
So do I need to drink more or drink less? I'm not sure. I don't know.
The answer is yes.
Just not Iastis, because I want to kill that little shit right now. I've had to throw him out of 2 hangouts now, one offline, one online. I'm just glad that his weird race shit is online now somewhere.
Wait, who?
Iastis is what he goes by, and he starts talking about like brain size being, you know, it's like brain to body ratio being higher in northern latitudes, therefore people in northern latitudes are smarter and fucked up shit, man. Oh, and last night we had him in a hangout with somebody that was claiming that the Vikings were black.
Oh, yeah.
Well, wait, if that's true, I must be smarter than all of you.
Oh, yes, because you're,
I'm just above
Alaska.
60 degrees here.
Yeah.
We got to get those guys together with Spirit Science, who thinks the Hebrews came from outer space. I mean,
oh, actually, the one thing that disappointed me was the guy that was like, well, do you know where the Caucasians came from? So I answered, and I'm like, from the Caucasus Mountains, technically speaking. And he's like, oh, well, yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, the Vikings were black, and the Celts were black. The Celts were black too now.
I'm sorry.
Wait,
but-
were my Pictish ancestors black too? Because
Okay.
the
Well,
stories don't really line up.
Yeah, not so much.
While I am definitely a mix of almost all races, I am primarily Celtic, and while I do have freckles, I'm not black.
Well, that's all part of the conspiracy, I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe the first generation of them was black, but they started getting lighter pretty quick, I think.
Yeah, buddy.
As they, as they adapted. Yeah.
I've already seen like the first few minutes of this interview. So far, I'm like really weirded out by this guy.
Isn't the guy a fucking Fruit Loop, man?
Yo, what?
The guy's a fucking Fruit Loop. And in the actual Cult Nights, because frankly, I think that Psyche Truth thing is more of a cult than 3HO, which is why I end up focusing more on them. James Chambers coming in. Hello. Here we
Hey,
go.
Lasoyo.
That's
Oh, that's Lasoyo? Oh, hey, Lasoyo. How's it going,
yeah,
man?
I sent him the link.
Cool.
wow. So how many now do we have?
How you doing?
Let's see now. I think we're at 10. We can handle 5 more.
Yeah, so if anybody knows anyone who wants to join.
Let's see if we can test this bad boy. We are streaming through XSplit, and I'm trying to see if I can fill up the room. This is a company hangout, quote, for like $5 a month. I can, in theory, run hangouts with 15 people in them.
Well, is that through Google or through XSplit?
It's through Google. I'm streaming through XSplit, though.
Yeah, it's very complicated.
The problem is I have to actually run it as an off-air and then stream through XSplit. That's the only way to run these things. But my trial runs up in like, I don't know, like 10 days, so I'm like, I better fucking get this dealt with now.
Is that something everyone can sign up for, or is it just something because you're awesome?
Yeah, but it unfortunately requires starting a new ID, because when I set up Shadow, I was going to set it up to be a company account, and I found out after the fact. It's like, no, you need a new account for that. I'm like, you motherfuckers. And I'd already sat there and directed people over to this, and I was going to say, fuck it, let's send them to the other one, and it's a nightmare.
I agree.
Job Google.
So I'm just promoting it through my standard now. So how have you been doing this, Wyoming?
Fine, I'm putting something together right now, so probably can't stay on because you'll hear it because of the way I got things set up now. But yeah,
Can you up your volume a bit, Mr. Lucio, sir?
I'm sorry I missed your call the other day, man. I hope everything went okay with your stream.
that's fine. Yeah, is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
No big deal. We actually now do it through the soundboard, which gives me some crazy feedback that I'm working on. But we just found that to be a lot better because you see, I don't know if we can even get it there, but yeah.
I have setup envy. Actually, tonight it might be drunken setup envy.
Uh-oh. Don't go online and buy a bunch of shit now.
Yeah. People, you're drunk. You're just doing a lot better than me tonight.
Dude, I got a solid buzz going. That's about it. Tomorrow's actually the drunken shuffle. And I want to run it in this format, so I'm testing it out tonight. Because if I'm going to let myself get tanked, I want to see if I can get a whole bunch of pre-suppers in the room and see if I can beat them while I'm drunk. Of course, that might mean going in the next day and going, dude, what did I say?
I figured that out.
I look forward to you going, you're just presupposing that I'm drunk.
Well, you might get me honest enough to say, fuck you, man, there's no God. You're fucking stoned or something, man.
Here, have a drink. Lighten up, man.
Lighten up, man. He said.
I don't know. You might get me. People might get me to actually say what I really think tomorrow. That could be scary.
Oh dear.
That's how everyone figured out that he loved Bible thumping Wingnut more than any man ever should.
Mercy.
I'm sitting here talking about this, and we're all live. Yep.
Yeah, we are. But I'm good with that. In this format, though, I have to actually, as I said, run it offline, so I don't get access to control panel. But as admin, I still get to eject people, which is kind of cool.
You need some Matrix glasses on in that video.
Oh, the one you're looking at here? Yeah, I couldn't find them. That's
okay.
The character usually has glasses. I just couldn't find them in here.
Goo intro.
Goo.
Yeah, so I'm doing. I have a gaming channel that we work.
My precious goo.
The name of the game is Grey Goo. It is the worst name I have ever at any point heard. It's an awesome game.
Grey Goo. I've heard that before somewhere.
There's Michael.
There's proof. He's an angel. He's ascending.
Grey Goo.
That's proof of that Czech religion.
Nailed it.
Oh. The lighting. Is he wearing a freaking Catholic priest garb?
Yes, his character's an angel, and angels wear Catholic priests.
Oh God, I was just joking. What the hell?
I might need more wine.
Oh, yeah,
Well, that is Pastor Michael.
Yeah, he's a drunk angel too, as part of it. So he's always drinking.
A drunken angel.
Yep.
And Jesus is a level 12 elf warrior princess.
We haven't done that yet, but don't tempt us.
Level 4.
Hang on, Nodvik.
Yes.
I know I've been drinking. Please say that again.
I said, and Jesus is a level 12 elf warrior princess.
For the Messianic.
I still don't think I heard it right.
Oh, you did.
Okay, thank you for the confirmation. Sometimes I need external confirmation.
Oh, you heard it.
Okay, because right now with the amount of alcohol in my system, I do not think I'm connected to the collective consciousness anymore. I think I'm just my own id. And Prudence probably the only one in the room that fully understood that statement.
You're not going full solipsist, Arliss, are you?
Wait a minute, Prudence, you did get what I was saying there, right?
Sort of.
Oh, you're...
like the ego and the super ego.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. Those are way outdated terms in psychology, though.
Really? What are they using now?
Depends. Sorry,
Oh.
depends what area you're studying in. I mean, like, psychology really has at least branched out into different fields. Like, there's developmental psychology, abnormal psychology, social psych, and even they have subdivisions of their own.
Wow, maybe I should actually tap you periodically for what's more current, because I'm out of date. Hello, Luai. Welcome to the insanely large hangout, and I'm going to have to redo my screen regions.
Out of date is fine. I grew up learning that the word expired meant free.
That could be true.
Public domain.
Walmart has begun selling expired food at discounts.
Why does this not surprise me? Let's see now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Get those in there. So how you doing tonight, Lucifer?
No, not too bad.
Oh, that's good. Evil doing well by you?
No, not really. I don't do that sort of thing.
Oh, I know that. I mean, you just sit there, hang around in Babylon, doing your own thing.
Yes.
And listen to and laugh at G-Man when he says that Babylon somehow is, you know, in Eden. Don't understand that.
Odd people.
There we go. And that should hold me for a few more people. We can still keep trying to fill this shit up. Oh, and somebody dropped out. We're back down to 10. Damn it.
Grey goo. I know I heard that somewhere. Back when I first started in Second Life, we would get hit by griefers that would try to bring the servers down by using self-replicating objects to overtax the servers.
Yeah.
And the ground would start turning gray, objects would start turning gray, textures would start going, and they called it grey goo.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like overloading the servers and things starts going wacky, and then finally it crashes.
Man, that's a bit of an edit. Actually, that reminds me, I need better editing software. I need to go upgrade sometime in the next couple of months.
What's wrong with Windows Movie Maker?
Oh, fuck no, man. Actually, what I'm using isn't any fucking better. I'm using that fucking Wondershare. You know, the thing that had the emblem that used to go across all of G-Man's forehead videos? Before he started doing nothing but Hangouts because he was too cheap to actually register the shit?
Yeah.
Hello. Oh, and by the way, hello, 9 people watching. Feel free to join if you'd like. Just click on show sorry, I've been drinking.
Yeah.
Show more and click on the link and feel free to come in.
On my old G3, I used to use Final Cut. That was a sweet program.
No one could hear that, I take it, right? Because I need to continue working.
No, we can't hear you.
Great, good deal.
All good, man.
Yeah, I don't hear you either. And hello, Lucy.
Hello, Jello.
Or no?
I hear deep breathing.
Is it sleepy time?
Jello, what are you doing? I hear deep breathing, man.
It's not me. I'm fairly excited, but I'm not asleep.
Fairly excited.
I'm just so happy to be here. I have to keep my camera off.
Oh, seriously, Shadow, man, if you have any more videos going after Psyche Truth,
oh, yeah.
I will be happy to join them.
Oh, so now that you've seen what the fiend is, you're... yeah, I'll be more than happy to have you sit in when I'm going after the shit. You're just going to have to deal with a certain degree of obnoxiousness on my side, because multiple cuts and all that crap.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's still fine.
But as I'm doing a review of the clips that I'm going to be using, I'm more than happy to have you sit in because I'll be more than happy to have your input as well as anyone else with that kind of background. Which I missed somebody with that background earlier. I forget who it was.
I mean, to be fair, I've only been a psychology major for 1 semester, but I've at least taken most of the main classes, at least to get the beginner's understanding. Plus, I am working at a lab right now, so.
But when it's misrepresented, you get pissed off, and that's what I want to harness.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, they pissed me the fuck off on so many levels. You know, psychology is a horrible thing. Instead, you should sit there and work on your chakras and meditate and do yoga and eat right. Because eating right will cure most of your psychiatric ills. Go fuck yourself, Psyche Truth. I mean, frankly, now, did you see how many fucking subscribers that fucker has?
Like over 800,000. That's sad.
Oh, yeah, you thought that frickin' douchebag Spirit Science was a big deal? They're worse.
Who said that to you? To go to yoga?
And when I was first turned on to those assholes over at Psyche Truth, they only had about 200,000. Now they're 4 times that.
That's scary.
Yeah, and what they do is they promote bullshit and say, no, don't bother with psychiatry. Psychiatry's all wrong. There's no such thing as a chemical imbalance. Technically, there isn't. That I can get into a discussion on, but you know, it's kind of just an easy way of explaining things instead of trying to get into the details of, well, we don't fully know what's actually involved with this, but what we do know is that these drugs that increase serotonin levels help with this, and these ones that can increase dopamine levels help with that.
So why am I associating that with anti-vaxxers?
They're fucking close in a lot of regards, and
Yeah.
they piss me the fuck off. There's actually a fairly strong anti-psychiatry movement out there. And the problem is with the way that they do their presentation, it kind of, well, frankly, it makes people that do have legitimate mental illnesses seem like we're lazy and useless and just, you know, sitting there and walking around going, oh, I'm this or I'm that, so that we don't have to cope with reality. It's go fuck yourself.
A lot of their videos are like massage instruction videos.
Yeah, because massage, of course, is going to cure your mental illness.
Yep, I know, right?
They're douches.
Oh, Lasorio dropped out.
Hopefully he'll come back. I like Lasoyo. He's cool.
I've watched stuff on his channel. He does some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, of the people.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Geology. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I've never met the dude, but I've seen him in a bunch of fucking hangout videos, and he's hilarious.
Oh, he's fun. I like him.
Funny.
Yeah, I met, what was it, Rational Roundtable, is it, the other day? I think it was. He seemed pretty cool, too. I mean, it's rare that I'm sitting there in a call with people, and we start talking a little bit about theology, and my wife actually agrees with them. That's a rarity.
You know, I like both of them, other than, you know, they're white and stuff, but, you know, they're cool.
Yeah, same.
For those watching, feel free to join if you'd like. We can handle up to 15 people in here. We're far from full.
Even if you're white.
Even if you're white, you're allowed in. Even if you're white, don't worry about it.
I was just going to say, just to balance it, Rictus,
Yeah.
Michael, Rational Roundtable's wife is black.
Oh, well.
So his kids are you know, half and half, like Obama.
Yeah, it's funny. People seem to forget that.
So,
yeah.
That's right.
yeah.
Oh, I should invite Gabrielle for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Funny. As Tiger Woods got better and better at golf, all the reports on him became less and less of a black person. Like, start off with black person makes hole in one, half black person makes another hole in one, and then he goes, all the women come out, and it's like black golfer caught cheating.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I noticed, I don't know whether this is just me, but I noticed ever since Barack Obama has become president, he's been probably less referred to as Mr. President than any of the other presidents that I've ever heard. He's usually referred to by his name.
Yeah, I've noticed that
I know
too.
a lot of the other presidents are, but a lot of the other presidents are like Mr. President Bush or Mr. You know, it's always that. But now it's just Barack said this and Obama's doing that. It's never.
Yeah.
I noticed that. It was, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but.
Oh, there's apparently I might have to look at this video, but they also seem to support the home birth movement, which I also think is pretty harmful.
It can be, depending on circumstances, yeah.
Well, it is becoming a big problem, and in more rural countries, especially in areas of India.
Yeah. Actually, there. Wow. I'm down to coffee now because I wanted to get a good solid buzz. I went a little bit past the buzz I intended. And we have Heike coming in. Here we go. Ding dong. Allow. There we go. Yay, Heike. How you doing, dearie? Good to have you, Heike. There we go. And I'll send Lenny the link just in case. Because damn it, I haven't talked to Lenny in a while. There we go. Good to have you, Heike. You keeping us attentive, at least. We can have 5 more people. We're trying to see if we can fill the sucker up. Like, organically. So, those that are watching, feel free to join. We have plenty of space available. Anyway, I interrupted somebody, didn't I? Starting to sober. I'm hoping I'll start sobering up. I've had to switch back to coffee because I don't want to actually get, like, actually drunk. That's reserved for tomorrow. A little slurry maybe tonight, but...
You gotta preserve your strength, right?
Something like that. Actually, more so preserve my blood sugar, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Jade, I might want to recruit you tomorrow, by the way.
I will be here. As I told you, I'm going out for lunch, and it's and I'm probably going to get a little blitzed at lunch because I have plans to do so.
Rock on.
So I will probably be blitzed tomorrow night. I'm going for Mexican food, and well, I don't know, the friend I'm going with, it depends on what mood she's in. I told her wherever she wants to go. And I haven't had, like, a vodka gimlet in a couple of years, so I'm in the mood.
Cool.
Mexican.
And so I'll probably start. Yeah, double. I'll probably start with a double vodka gimlet and a couple of Coronas, and by then I'll be home, and we'll see what happens next.
Sounds like a plan to me.
What about the food?
Oh, the food will be excellent. This place is. They make their own tortillas and everything.
Yep, my roommate and I go out to a place, a Mexican restaurant, and I get the chicken burrito thing. It's about that big, and the big bowl of jalapeno cheese dip. Oh gosh, that is so good.
Okay,
it's so bad for me, but it is so good.
I don't know whether I'm going to be able to run tomorrow in one of these hangouts or what have you. We'll find out. But
Yeah.
Jade, I'm sending you a script.
Okay.
Script.
No, it's
Yeah.
actually an opening script for the hangout because if I'm going to dedicate this to Hope, I'm going to want to do it right. And you're going to get to see the emails I had with the... Oh, easy way to say this. Motherfucking douchebags that actually own the rights to The Little Prince.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh yeah, Jade, you were about to see the an excerpt of the mail correspondence I had with those fucktards.
Yes. I'm reading it right now.
Yeah, they were fucking lovely, let me tell you. I wanted to basically be able to read one chapter, which is the one chapter, because after I gave up on trying to read the book to Hope before she died, was trying to read one chapter. And that chapter is, what, 22, I believe it is, the one with the fox. Technically the most popular.
By the way, I have heard,
heard
this before. What I was going to say is I have heard this before about the Little Prince people.
Yo, they're fucking assholes. Hey, Lee.
They are. They're terrible, and as I said, I've heard about them before. I don't remember what the story was, but it was something kind of like this, and they were just real assholes about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and since they were such raging pricks about it, I feel like showcasing it. We'll just say.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, tell everybody.
Yeah, so I'm going to make a little bit of a show about it. I was initially going to do this with the two puppets, the fox and the squirrel puppet, and do it with my daughter, but I decided that to hell with it. It's about drinking night, so to hell with it.
Yeah.
Hey Sam, how's it going?
Ooh, well, we're getting there.
It's going. Wow, there are a lot of people in here.
Yeah, I can handle up to 15, man. I'm trying to see if I can fill her.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
So, is this a new feature for...
No, this is a company account that can accommodate up to 15 people, but only in an off-air, so I have to stream it live via something like XSplit. And before, well, I still have my 30-day free trial on it before I make a final decision. I want to get an idea of whether I want to maintain it or not.
Mm-hmm.
We will see. I don't know. It's looking good so far, but all it would take is somebody like Istis in here to make the entire room explode.
Yeah, I'm really not happy I met that person because he's been sending me inane G+ posts.
Oh no! I'm so sorry, man. I should have kicked him
it's just
earlier.
frustrating. I was like, listen, like you don't I just basically had to say like you don't understand genetics, which is fair. Most people don't. It's not exactly an intuitive science.
No, not so much.
But like I fully accept like there are certain things that like I learn and I still don't find particularly intuitive, and I fucking do this shit a lot.
Oh, by the way, my daughter's teacher loves you. I should add that in there.
Oh, for the Opa Farnib little.
Yeah.
Fucking cool. Like I had, like it's just a good coincidence that I learned that at one of my lab meetings like a week ago.
Yeah. Fucking cool. You know, there's hope for those poor zombies after all. I mean, to be adapting that particular technology to deal with the zombie outbreak.
Oh gosh.
That was the assignment my daughter got, actually. It was a scenario pertaining to a zombie outbreak based essentially on the rabies vaccine, the rabies virus, rather.
Huh.
That's interesting.
So I was tapping a bunch of people on the shoulders to get, you know, general ideas, and from Fiona I got, yeah, once they have something like that, they're fucked. You can't correct.
Yeah.
Don't really have the technology to correct genetic damage, and lo and behold, we do. But as of a week ago.
Yeah.
As of a week ago, there are actually drugs that will kill cells with genetic damage for specific genes because they take another gene in their pathway and they perturb it, and that gene won't be lethal unless you perturb it in concert with the already fucked up gene.
Mm-hmm.
So it's lethal to the... It's like in the context of cancer, it's lethal to the cancer cells, but not to the normal cells.
Define what perturb means exactly in terms of genetics.
Upset.
Like just altered.
Okay.
From a normal state.
But yeah, take for the drugs to get approved by the FDA.
It just got through last week.
Last week, yeah.
Okay, I wasn't here. Sorry, I wasn't there last week.
Yeah, otherwise he'd still be telling me that he can't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Which at times is like...
There's a lot of stuff where I'm just like, I just can't doc drop these people. That's not, you know. But one of the things with Istis that he tried to be like, no, I know a lot about genetics. I do genetic algorithms. And I don't know what's wrong with him, but I just don't. And I wish I could, if I had the time to be patient with him. I just don't. I don't have the time, and I'm not a patient person to begin with, so
it's just
mustering up the desire.
It's just a different brand of dogma, man. It's just a different brand of dogma.
Yeah, it's very strange. I don't know why these people are so fascinated by race and all that.
I don't know.
I still am gonna, even if these racial correlations exist, I'm still gonna judge. I'm still gonna judge people as individuals, so it doesn't affect my life.
Holy crap! Can you tell that we're used to being in hangouts with each other? Somebody will start talking and pause.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
You know, I did a lot of research. I've got a series of videos I'm going to start putting out, but I wanted to get a lot of stuff ready beforehand, so I didn't have big gaps. But I've been doing a lot of research into, what Darwin said about race. I started with what Darwin said, and I then went into looking into how race was viewed in the 19th century, which was really interesting because they didn't, at least at the time when Darwin wrote the early to mid 19th century, when Darwin wrote, The Origin of the Species, etc. They didn't look at race even remotely the way they did today. One researcher pointed out that if we were to use race today the way they used it back then, it would be perfectly acceptable to speak of the race of London taxi cab drivers or the race of Californian professors. This whole concept of race started to evolve in that 19th century then. But even Darwin in his work several times points out, he says, look at these people here and look at these people here and look at all these gradations in between. Where do you draw the line? And the quote that got me started is where he talks about, he says, well, he lists a bunch of people. And he says, there's this person who has humanity divided into 2 races, another person has 3 races, and then on and on and on, down to someone who divides people into 60 races and someone else into 63 races.
Yeah, and the thing about genetic studies is the only thing that you get haplogroups, which are basically just groups of genes that you can geographically categorize genetically isolated people.
Yeah.
And I'm choosing those words very carefully, right? Because people who are very big on the race concept never realize that. So, like, the majority, like for me, I wouldn't fall into a haplogroup because the Jewish, well, different for Jewish people, so I suppose maybe. I haven't read enough about it. But, a great example is pretty much anyone who's just a generic waspy, person in the U.S., it's very likely that, you have, German and Irish, and, all of these various different ethnicities, in your past. And so you're such a mixed person from that perspective that, like, you wouldn't sort correctly. Because humans have always genetically mixed.
Here comes Ben.
Yeah.
I'm 100% German.
And I'm half German and half Irish, but I have, I can't find the reference because this was like 30 years ago, but it appears that I have a gene that was traced to Denmark. Cool. Which, when you consider that Ireland was invaded by the Vikings, some of whom were Danes, and that Germany is right next to Denmark, well, I could have gotten it from both sides.
Well, y'all know about the pheresis test, don't you? Where they match people up for bone marrow transplants?
Yeah, yeah.
And that can kind of map out your, I hate using the word racial mix, and there's, all kind of nice little details can pop up in that.
Well, and not only that, although I'm allegedly half German and half Irish, let's just say, considering my last name and certain members of my family, we might be Jewish.
You can submit your DNA to 23andMe.
I'm gonna submit it to a couple of places just because I'm curious. But when I was 4 years old, my parents and I went to Catalina Island. This was in 1954. Okay. And they took one look at our name, one look at my parents. And my dad had sort of sallow skin and a fairly adequate nose, and brown hair. My mother, black Irish, olive skin, blue-black hair. And they took one look at their name, one look at my parents, is that I'm sorry we don't accept people of your nationality here, or however they did it.
Ooh.
And my dad was like, what the he didn't get it. My mom got it immediately, and she's like, Chet, we need to leave. Because he had a temper, because they thought my parents were Jewish. And the part that I thought hysterical about this was, okay, so yeah, I can see that you might look at them and go, oh yeah, like, people really look Jewish. I mean, I grew up around a lot of Jews, and there isn't an exact pattern. But I wondered how that guy explained the little blonde-haired, blue-eyed kid with them.
Yeah, it's all very curious. I mean, with humans, there's just no real grouping because we've never been, with, very few exceptions, and even then there's no group that's been apart for long enough that they could probably be considered geographically isolated.
Right, because even though we all originated in Africa and we all expanded out from Africa, people went back.
What's going on, guys? Yeah, I was in that hangout last night. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah.
Hey, man, how's it going?
It's going good.
Hang on 1 second. Hang on 1 second. Lee, mic check.
Oh,
Hello, hello.
I can hear
you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right.
I was just going to say.
Benny saw me almost. I pretty much did lose it on ISIS.
You lost your shit, man.
I might have left before that happened, but I watched the rest on YouTube after I was gone. And I don't know if you remember, but I was just like, he started in with the fast twitch muscle stuff, and I was just like, oh god, because I've heard all that shit before. And even if one group did have slightly higher, fast twitch muscles or whatever, they're really what they're trying to say is this group is physically superior because they're bred to be superior, but they're mentally inferior. So it's like they're a sub race. They're not even the same race as us. They're a subspecies that's sort of related to us, but they're not us. It's like it's nasty. I mean, the term for it is what is it? Race realism, or sometimes called scientific.
Realism.
Sometimes called scientific racism.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're trying to use science to show why one group is better than another.
But we're all the same race.
Yeah, but no, we're all the same subspecies.
Well,
Not only that, Neanderthals are simply another subspecies of us.
Well, that's the thing. It's like
It's just-
it's Homo neanderthalis, which is different than Homo sapiens sapien, right? Yeah.
No, it's Homo sapiens Neanderthals. They've changed it.
Okay, well, whichever way,
Yeah,
it's not.
yeah,
it's
but
not
yeah.
a subspecies. It would be like if the point that Sam made was a good one, which is that they're not a subspecies. You need geographical separation. You have to have a long period of time where you have mating only within that subgroup and not with the other, right? Which isn't what happened with human beings. And the other thing that I would have said if I would have stayed in that hangout is that once you go beyond our species, you're not talking about biology anymore. You're talking about anthropology or sociology, right? You're talking about culture. You're talking about culture. And
it actually branches off a lot into developmental psychology, which I just want to brag about that for a minute, because if Sam wants to make a good argument, he has to appeal to my field.
Oh, well, whatever.
Neanderthals and us split way back. Like Neanderthals went that way, we went that way.
You don't see me being like, well, I have a degree in computer science. You should thank me anytime that you use a computer. Stop saying dumb things.
I'm busting your balls, relax. But that actually is we actually went over this today, literally just today in my developmental psychology class. That's actually a big part was a model that was developed in the 70s. It basically said that it really was environmental and sociological and economic factors that really play a role into intelligence and into IQ.
Well, intelligence is highly heritable. You can't. I mean, they published a pretty big review in Nature about it last year. So I mean, we can consider it pretty solid science. But the issue is I don't think that he knew what heritability meant. And most people don't. What heritability means is that you can explain the variation by, that the variation is explicable by heredity. What that means is that most of the variation originates from variation in the genes. That's what a trait being heritable basically means. What that doesn't mean is that aggregate differences between groups are automatically explained. It just means that explains most of the variation, not all of the variation, and it also doesn't talk about how variable the trait is to begin with.
Yeah, the point you made about variation within Africa versus variation within our species as a whole, I thought was an excellent one that went straight over his head. I mean, it was an excellent point that isn't brought up very often, if ever. And he was just like, oh, whatever, back to my thing,
Well, it's an important point to make, and the out of Africa hypothesis, is. I actually attended a talk today where it was a guy from the 1,000 Genomes Project, and he basically was like, "Yep, see, the out of Africa hypothesis is correct." Like I saw I saw yet another figure, and it's just obvious. The diversity is constrained. You see this graph that almost looks like there's this big bottleneck in like a certain time period, estimated time period, obviously, and then you see this new set of diverse characters that is everyone outside of Africa, but it's clearly constrained within the diversity of Africa, even if it's novel traits.
Since this was brought up about Neanderthals, does anybody remember off the top of your head how long ago our recent common ancestor was with Neanderthals? It's a couple 100,000 years, or is it more than that?
I don't remember. No.
Okay.
I know that there's evidence of us interbreeding with Neanderthals as late as like 30,000 years ago, I want to say.
Yeah, and Denisovans.
Yeah,
we interbred with Denisovans. We interbred with Neanderthals. Neanderthals and Denisovans interbred, and Denisovans interbred with something they haven't found yet.
Yeah, so I think there's a decent case for saying that that Homo sapiens sapiens at that time was a subspecies of Homo sapiens that ended up surviving.
Yeah.
Well, aren't there some groups where there's no evidence of Neanderthal ancestry or anything? I mean, like
it's mostly Europe. So
European,
it's European males that have the evidence of. It's not females, which is like kind of strange.
Yeah.
So it's Y chromosome.
I was wondering if they were using the Y chromosome to track that, probably.
Yeah, so it's only, I think it's only, and granted, this is something I'm remembering from undergraduate genetics, so I'm not a population geneticist by any means. So people feel free to scream at me that I'm wrong. But yeah, I believe that it was that Neanderthal men bred with Neanderthal, or with Homo sapiens women. And not the other way around.
Is that how they created the Nephilim?
Yeah.
No, that was something different. Sorry,
No,
I was getting it mixed up. Okay.
Yeah.
But I think of people from Africa, there's no evidence of Neanderthal.
Incoming Neo, in theory.
Yeah.
In Africa?
It's not
Yeah, like say if you're from,
I think they meant to say it's Europe. Meant to say Europe, I think, right?
Yeah, if you're African, there was no evidence of Neanderthal mixing.
Well, the Neanderthals, there were multiple migrations. A lot of people don't really know the history of how humans migrated out of Africa, but there were numerous migrations out of Africa. Various populations. Some of them ended up in Asia. Some of them, like the Neanderthals, ended up in Europe. There was like the Hobbit. I don't know if you guys have heard of the Hobbit.
Yeah.
They were like a pygmy. They were like a pig. Homo Hobbit. Homo Hobbitensis.
It's like I think it's Homo short motherfuckerus.
No,
it's Homo floriensis.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah, I think the skeleton was found in Indonesia, and they were like 4 feet tall, and I think they resembled some elements of like Neanderthal, but not really. It was like, anyway, it was interesting. It was also interesting that on the same islands, that other animals had shown to have gotten smaller over time. So it wasn't just humans; it was the various mammals on that island got smaller for whatever reason, some environmental factors.
That's actually a thing. I can't remember the name of it, but it's an island something or other.
Island, yeah, exactly. That's very fascinating. Sort of reminds me of the like the Inuit, how they're they get more body fat, they get shorter and stouter, and or people that live at an elevation, they get the more lung capacity over time. It's just natural selection at work, but it's fascinating what it can do when it's given long periods of time to work.
Yeah, it's where you're adapting to your living conditions.
So the reason I asked about Neanderthals was just that it was mentioned. Sam had mentioned that there hadn't been enough separation for there to be speciation between any of the human, let's say Africans, Asians, and Europeans. And I think the longest separation there had been was something like 30 to 50,000 years. I think the Native Americans traveled from Asia over the land bridge into North America, estimated.
Less time than that. It's about 15,000 years.
Less than 30?
It's actually. Are you familiar with what is it? Kennewick Man? Is that the right
Kennewick,
term?
I think, is it?
Kennewick Man. Yeah, Kennewick Man. Yeah, because that that skeleton, it turns out, is more related to Polynesians.
Well,
And
yeah, I thought that the Native Americans
that's
had
an
been
older-
in it. I thought that the Native Americans had been in what is now America for something like 20 to 30,000 years. So if they had been, then they'd been separated from the rest of humanity for at least that long, probably longer. But that still isn't. I mean, 30,000 years in evolutionary time is a blink of an eye. So I don't even know if we can really say an exact number of like how long it would take to create a speciation event. It's not that simple where you can just say, okay, it's been 100,000 years and you haven't had sex with each other, so now you're a species. You know.
Well,
I
think
don't know
that's
if you
part
can
of
call.
why-
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think that's part of why that the general consensus, at least I did some research into all of this for a video I'm going to do, is the general consensus now is to look at Neanderthals as a subspecies of Homo sapiens, so they're now Homo sapiens neanderthalis. However, everything kind of breaks down after species anyway. Even species is a difficult concept.
Well, species.
You can't pin it down too well.
So here's the thing. The chair of my thesis committee, his expertise was in bacterial speciology, and he was a pretty decently large figure in that. And one of the
He was bigger than the bacteria.
Yeah, well,
he was big to them. From their perspective, he's a giant.
from their perspective, exactly. But like they've talked about, one of the issues is we actually like there are several competing models for what a species is.
Yeah.
And the sad truth of it is that sexually reproducing species, which has the clearest definition of all of them, even if it is slightly ambiguous for what a species is, that's just a special. That's a minority of species out there. Like that's just a special case.
It doesn't work for bacteria. It doesn't work for plants. Plants are really complex because they constantly hybridize even beyond the genus level. And but for most the way I look at it is once you get into vertebrates, as you said, sexually, it's basically an isolated breeding population.
Yeah, but even then, with sexual reproduction being the way you separate species, there have been cases where one population has been physically separated from another, and then a subset of that population has been physically separated. The middle population could breed with both, but that's outer two can't breed with each other.
Yeah, ring species.
Yeah.
We have that here in California.
A can breed with B, and B can breed with C, and C can breed with D, but D and A can't breed.
Correct.
Yeah, we have that in salamanders here in California.
The fascinating thing.
Yeah, it's a really great example.
Didn't we get certain kinds of immunity factors from Neanderthal though? It was something that I remember. It was something I saw or heard somewhere that.
Yeah, I did too, but I'm not sure about that. Yeah,
it was in a video.
I did read something like that. Yeah.
It was some retrovirus that almost coincidentally made us more resistant to some other virus.
Well, I know that that a lot of Europeans are more resistant to HIV than Africans because of a mutation, but I don't think it's that mutation.
No, it's because of the bubonic plague.
I can't get HIV.
It's because of the plague.
It's because of the bubonic plague, yeah. Which is really interesting.
I'm also immune to the flu and HIV, so yay for me.
I wouldn't possibly know where to begin.
I am really immune to the flu, but not HIV.
I don't know if I am or not, but I've never gotten the flu in
Good
my
thing
life.
that I didn't use a condom then. What?
Yeah.
Actually, HIV is supposedly very hard to catch anyway.
Yeah.
People don't realize it, but it's like even if you know you're having sex with somebody who has HIV, it's like a 1 in 200 chance that you'll actually get it.
But you take proper precautions too. You take proper precautions too.
Yeah. Also, people use condoms. It's not worth it.
And it's not just HIV though. There are lots of other STDs
No, if
out
you're
there.
most people
Yeah,
are yeah, it's even if they're screening you at the clinic or whatever, they tell you unless you're a man having sex with men or like an IV drug user who's sharing needles, they don't even normally test you. That you have to request it and pay extra. Because it's like the most common STDs are they don't test for herpes, they test for chlamydia, chlamydia, gonorrhea, and like one or two others, and they don't unless you're a gay man. If you're a gay man, they'll test you for syphilis. They don't normally test straight people for syphilis because it's so uncommon.
Didn't know that.
Unless you're showing symptoms. Wow, this is exactly what the nurse told me when I went down.
The thing about that is it's not because they're gay that they're more likely. It's just because your intestines, your rectum absorbs it so much better than the vaginal wall. So
yeah.
Well, right.
Yeah,
It's not
let's
something
be
magical
clear.
about being gay. It's something about the physical actions.
Right. And so if
what I'm trying to
heterosexual
say-
couples,
yeah,
Yeah.
what I'm
No,
trying
go
to say,
ahead,
if
I'm
a
sorry.
woman is having anal, then she
Right.
should be tested.
oh, and one other thing I want to point out too is if you're having rough sex,
Yes.
you should be tested because the first case they know of female to female transmission in a lesbian couple happened in Texas.
Mhm.
Because it's almost impossible for one woman to give another woman HIV. Well,
Unless
it
there's
turns
blood
out
involved.
that this couple like to engage in rough sex.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how there must have been some blood transmission. So that's another thing people need to be aware of. If you know,
Yeah, needle blades
it
and
rough.
rope get tested.
It's a risk factor. Anytime there's open sores, if you have any kind of an open sore, it increases transmission of any kind of bloodborne disease.
Hang on 1 second. Hi, Carson. How's it going, man? No, you are seeing the
Hey.
hangout correctly. We are at 14 people. We need one more to fill up the
one
hangout.
more.
Well, I'm gonna have to drop out, y'all. It's about 1:30.
Okay,
Past
well,
1:30.
Take care, heavy hauler.
okay.
Hi, everyone.
I'm so lucky. Because not only did I make it into the peace out. I'm so lucky because not only did I make it into the hangout, sounds like I made it here in the right time.
As opposed to the left time.
Yeah.
We are still at 13. I actually had somebody, Neo something or other, trying to join earlier. I approved them, but then they didn't come in, so.
Who was that? You said Neo?
Neo something or other was not Neo Atheist, that's all I know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do shit with his channel.
I think it was the other Neo, but I don't know. I'm trying to decide whether this thing's fully viable or not. So far, so good, though.
He was trying to get out of the Matrix using his new smartphone, and he accidentally hit the hangout.
Is this your A13? Is this channel? Is this channel the only one that's able to do these bigger hangouts? Is that how it works?
Yeah, you have to set it up as a company company ID, and you have to stream directly from the hangout. Because if I do a regular hangout, I'm limited to 10, even on this ID. So I just stuck with Shadow because I was after directing everyone to Shadow, I didn't want to direct them to a second frickin' hangout, channel after I found out that I had to create a new one just to do the company thing.
So you're doing Google and then XSplit to broadcast, is that right?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
Huh. You got all kinds of shit going on, man.
Oh yeah, man.
He's like literally juggling computers at this point.
Juggling computers and juggling drinks, man.
We got
I got a
Becky,
good
we
buzz
got
going,
Becky
man.
In the house. My dude Benny's in here. I like this panel.
Hey Alex, are you? Can you see the side chat, or are you on your phone right now?
I'm on my iPad. I can't
Alright.
see the side chat.
So, Heathen, when were we gonna get drunk?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, motherfucker, I am getting
Tomorrow
tanked as a
night,
son of a
I
bitch.
do not have any plans.
And I
So-
want to see if I can use one of these and get a full 15 in, which is why I wanted to test it tonight.
Right.
I could probably try to sneak in a drink in as well. Hopefully, might feel a little bit better.
I'll try to remember
as well.
I'll try to remember to get up early enough to get liquor before work tomorrow, because after work it's too late to buy liquor in this state.
No, man, tonight's a little buzz on a couple glasses of wine. I actually cracked open the Italian Vino that I was showing on camera in Xbox's Hangout last night, as well as on my simulcast, I think. And,
If it wasn't Italian, it wouldn't be vino. It would just be wine.
That's why it's Vino. Yeah, you got it.
Exactly.
So, but tomorrow
That's how
it's
you
the
know
Sky Vodka. I already have gone through all the good vodka, so I'm down to the Sky. I'm down to the decent swill at this point.
Vodka, at least bad vodka, is still kind of the same. I mean, not really. Okay, there's a difference, but it's like if I'm drinking shit whiskey versus really good whiskey, I can tell the difference. But Sky Vodka compared to like Grey Goose, it's not the same. At least I don't think it's the same.
No, it's really not. I mean, I had some real Russian vodka, and now normally I only drink once a year. I made an exception. It was an offline thing. There are a small select group of people that got to bear witness to it, and apparently it was funny as shit.
Well, if you want something to try, I don't know if it's available outside Washington State, but it's called Crater Lake Vodka. and it's supposedly it's rated really highly. It's like getting a Grey Goose for much cheaper. Instead of 25, it's like 17 or something like that.
I just wish that I could get Privyet here, because Privyet was fucking beautiful, beautiful vodka, even if it was bottled by the Pepsi Corp for America.
Honestly, you have to already be buzzed to drink it, but if you want something that'll get you drunk quick, go for the German absinthe.
Could Katie actually look more Jesus-like? Can you just turn all our water into wine for us, please, sir?
I can.
Or alternately, if you're going to do it in Italy, you can.
Hey man, hang on. I switched to vodka. If you turn my, sorry, I switched to coffee rather. If you turn my coffee to wine, I'm going to be pissed because that'll taste nasty.
Okay, this is good. Katie, I'm trying to. There we go.
We really need to get around to that Jesus hangout with Katie, and perhaps maybe we get Lucifer in there.
Can we all pray? We could all pray to him, and then he could sarcastically answer all our prayers or something.
Right.
Well, I've done a few times where we've experimented with people interviewing me as Jesus, and I give honest answers as if I were Jesus. So if Lucifer can do that as Satan, then yeah, we could definitely do that.
Rock
There was,
on,
a guy, there was a guy I ran into at a holiday party last year at the Halloween last, 4 months ago or whatever it was, and he was awesome. I think you could do better. But he had a really good costume. He had like really good sandals and the robe. It all looked so legit.
Sandals? Why not barefoot?
Because I think he just didn't want to walk around barefoot all the time, but the sandals worked really well with the robe.
Because even Jesus needed some kind of style, Katie.
No, man, there was less broken glass back then, but you know that Jesus was sitting there going around. He wasn't just claiming to be healing the sick. He was like Pat Robertson, man, going around with the gold watches and all that shit, man. You know it.
I walked around barefoot because, look, I needed a reason to have those women wash my my feet.
Yeah, your feet, indeed.
I feel like I feel like if you have that Jesus look, you like should just get a pimp cane and just be Pimp Jesus.
Pimp Jesus?
Yo, it's a pimp name, Jesus. You gotta say the whole thing.
You'd be like Jesus. You need a gold teeth, like a grill. Get the grills going on.
Like, what's your name? Jesus
would that not be Gangster Jesus technically?
We could
Gangster
get
Jesus.
Who's the guy? The guy who comes in, the Black Hebrew Israelite. He could be. He could do Black Jesus.
Oh yeah, that live. I think his name was like Live Life something.
No,
something.
he also has a Jesus account.
Now the punchline is keep in mind. Hang on, keep in mind that with these particular hangouts, when you go to enter them, you can't see who's already in them. So we could get like 14 like staunch asshole atheists in here, and just invite the one little Christian, and then really dogpile them. No, we don't really plan that in. We don't really plan that out, but it was a funny joke. Leave it be.
Yeah. But Black Hebrew Israelite, as opposed to what? A Black Hebrew Polak, or?
Yeah, I don't know. I never got it either. It's ridiculous to me. They're like rampant everywhere here in Minneapolis. It's a shame.
Well, yeah, that person was arguing that, and it was absurd. They were arguing that like Celtic people were black originally.
Yeah, that. I know the smart thing to do was to say, "What the fuck does that matter?" But I really wanted to smack him with a history book.
Yeah, they
Well, he was quoting
believe...
a historian who believed that Atlantis existed.
Yeah, they also, depending on what sector, I guess, they believe that Hispanics and blacks are the actual real chosen people.
Oh boy.
That's right. According to the U.S. military, speaking Ebonics is a race thing.
Well, I will say that Argentinian girls are absolutely gorgeous.
I like to.
Yes.
Curse you and your racial profiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's racist, hey, whatever. We know
if it meant getting Argentinian chicks, I would definitely be the Grand Wizard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Depends on the Argentinian.
Effie, that's you.
I will neither confirm nor deny that.
That is, only Effie will
You
talk
have a
like
very
that.
distinct voice, so.
Yeah, he tried coming in disguising his voice and it failed horribly.
Yeah.
I tried doing this whole
it's like
ignorant thing, but it would not work.
I can do like a Boston accent, but I don't know that it sounds like any different. I think it just sounds like me with a Boston accent.
Let's try it.
Why do people put so much work into disguising their voice when you can just use software to do it?
I know. I've got Screaming Bees on here that'll do it just fine. I just posted it. A reference to that in the side for Max, our guest here.
Yes, because no, everyone will keep my secret.
Yeah.
I think I've said it before, but my voice changing software comes with the headset.
Is there actually a Google Plus voice software thing that's on there?
Nah, Screaming Bees, I think you can get a freeware version of it that has like 4 fucking voices and you can futz with, but I ended up buying it and then not using it.
I feels you.
I don't know, the voice changers always seem so fake. Like, you can tell, usually, when they're using one.
Yes, but we can't always have your accent, you know, so we have to come up with something.
Somehow, with the bright colors like that, Carson, you look like Turk from Scrubs.
I don't know who that is or what that's.
He's the token.
But it was funny anyway.
So apparently, are you guys familiar with the evangelist James Robinson?
Nope.
No.
The one that is that. Wait. Is that the one that croaked today?
He's the one who used the term, and I quote, "secular theocracy."
Yeah, but is he the one that died today? I know. I heard some big time apologist croak today.
No, he didn't croak, but he did use the term secular theocracy, which means I wish it was him.
I just, every time I
okay, no, I don't. But
every time I see some kind of news where it says, major televangelist has passed, I'm always like, that's it, Pat Robertson croaked. And it's like, no, it's never Pat Robertson. It's like, how come this 90,000-year-old man is not dead yet? I don't understand. It's always somebody else that got bit by a snake or some idiot that did something with a poisonous animal or whatever. It's never Pat Robinson. I just want to be his nurse so I can give him a
No, you don't. Wait, hang on. I got to explain something to you. Years ago, back when I was doing the Friday Funnies, there was a weekly mailer that I used to send out to a bunch of people that I had on a special list. What would happen is people would send weird shit to me and I'd send it back out. One thing that I got was the Armageddon Day Planner. And on the Armageddon Day Planner, right toward the very end of it, God takes Pat Robertson up behind the woodshed and whoops his ass. So he needs to stay alive just for the sake of Armageddon.
To use the argument that Pat Robertson used for Haiti.
What happened was Pat Robertson made a pact with the devil.
Could be.
What was that, man?
That was the voice changer, man.
Oh, I thought you had to cough or something. I'm like, yo, clear that out real quick.
It was the elderly voice on the voice changer. I'm not sure how good it sounds, though.
The female voices on the voice changer won't work for shit. Your voice is deep enough that it'll probably be a problem. My voice is way too deep for the female voices.
I'm just, I'm waiting on Pat to really completely lose it. Like, I know a lot of people, it's like, how can he not have completely lose? No, I want him to, like, go old school. I want him to be on camera one time and be on a thought and then stop in the middle of his thought and say something bizarre like, I don't quite like niggers too much. And, like say something bizarre, like with the camera shut off quickly.
Actually, I kind of wish the opposite. I wish he releases a sex tape with an.
The pain!
Wait. And he's sitting on his wife with his black secretary named LaQuisha, and she is 289 pounds.
Okay.
Specifically that number.
That first line, all you needed was that first line.
Okay, I got to point out something, Max. You need to make sure you have proper pause for appropriate revulsion from the room.
Yeah.
Every time I say something questionable, I say pause after.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I played really well, man. I was out there hard. Pause.
We are back at 13 people. We have 2 spots open. Once again, for those that are watching the Hangout Live, all 10 of you, if you want to click on the little Show More button there, it will give you the link. We do have 2 openings.
How many does... Oh, 15.
Yep, 15 max.
13, you got to try to get like fill this 15-person room one of these days with like as many interrupters as possible. Just make it the most hectic it can be. Get like Nephilim Freak, as many precepts as you can. You know, get all the rudest people. Brett Keane, get like the bastards. Get like a hangout full of 15 bastards. Call it like the bastard chat.
Clusterfuck Friday.
I just want to point out that Shadow Heathens channel is currently hosting 13 Heathens.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Literally.
Just so you guys know, I'm not doing crack over here. I'm doing my nose thing.
Well, now I'm just more suspicious.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
He doesn't look skinny enough to be a crackhead.
Yeah, see, I'm too
First timer.
And here comes
Although
Fiction
I
Fighter.
did see, I did once growing up, I did see a fat crackhead.
We are at 14.
And that lets me further know.
And I just made 14.
Yep.
Hey, what's up, Fiction Fighter?
How's it going, everybody?
Fiction
Fighter. We're good. We're
Yeah,
good.
it's kind of funny actually. I got pulled over by a cop one time, and I asked him. You know, I kind of was like, I was getting pissed because I know I didn't do anything illegal, but I was like, you know, what was I doing? He's like, oh, you were swerving in the lane. I was like, man, I wasn't swerving in the lane.
Oh, we're
whatever,
doing a
yeah.
shuffle? Oh,
But,
we're doing a shuffle.
Yeah, I'm just trying to tell a story real quick. Yeah.
I got it.
So here's
That's
my
going
cop
great.
story.
I'm
I love being interrupted.
Julia? Okay.
Okay, anyway, let me finish my dumb story and then just tell me how dumb it is. So, anyway, this cop, I was like asking him, and he's like, yeah, you just pulled away from like one of the biggest meth dealerships, dealer houses in the city. And I was like, so they just pull her, well, it's the dealer house, whatever. So I don't know if they can legally like just pull you over because you pulled out of the wrong neighborhood, so you had to make some shit up and be like, oh yeah, you swerved in the lanes and you looked drunk or something. I was like 18 when this happened. Anyway, and he said, well, when I looked at you, I could tell you weren't a crackhead or whatever, because it's like I'm 200 plus pounds, you know, and there aren't too many 200 plus pound, meth heads, I guess. Meth is a terrible drug, man. I was on the bus the other day and I saw this dude tweaking, like itching and just tweaking the fuck out. Those people make me so anxious. They make me just they make me nervous. Their weird energy like will rub off on you.
Okay. I'm going to ask for
it is.
Okay, go ahead, Carson. Oh no, we're back to 13 again.
Oh no, Lucifer left.
Lua.
Who cast him out? Was it Jesus? KD? Come on.
Actually, for the sake of the people that are watching, I'm going to actually do something that unfortunately folks in the Hangout will not be able to hear this, but I just need to play this for the hell of it because we have had nothing but, you know, people that are non-theists for a moment, so I need a theist moment, so I'm going to ask for a moment of silence.
Being a Christian is being somebody who's experienced God. God brings to us His Holy Spirit, and we experience God just like you can experience mayonnaise. I would ask an atheist, have you ever experienced mayonnaise?
There we go. Thank you. Clip's done.
I didn't hear any of that. You might.
No. In here you won't be able to hear it, but it should go right through my speakers.
Oh, okay. Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah,
that was an Nephilim for
experiencing the Lord is like experiencing mayonnaise.
Yeah, I had to play the Mayo clip. I found it, so I have to play with it.
The Lord is experiencing mayonnaise. What?
Yeah.
Nephilim 3 basically said that experiencing the Lord is like experiencing mayonnaise.
I find that
It's
extremely.
unfortunate. I fucking hate mayonnaise.
I fucking find this hysterical considering he disagrees with transubstantiation. Oh, God turning into bread and wine? Oh, that's ridiculous. But he's definitely like mayonnaise.
Well, at the same point, I do have to point out that Sam just did say that he hates God. I mean mayonnaise.
Same difference, apparently.
Exactly. I allegedly hate mayonnaise.
You can't
What has anybody got against mayonnaise?
It is terrible.
It is kind of disgusting. It ruins the sandwich.
I was just talking with somebody. I was just talking with somebody about mayonnaise, and they called it the white bread of condiments. Or
The white bread.
It is. It has the consistency of a certain other substance that shall not be named.
Oh, I've had both in my mouth, so it doesn't matter.
Would it be? Wait, was it a mayo you got in your mouth, or what?
Cool Whip.
13 heathens.
Ah! When it comes out of me, it ain't cool. What?
Yep.
Cool. Whip.
Sorry, I had.
No, I do think though that Neffy misspoke. I think he should have gone with Miracle Whip.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Wait, Neffy said that?
Yeah.
I don't understand. I need some context.
Food related and homoerotic adventures with Jesus. It just never stops. It just never stops.
See, I wish someone should I have a pretty distinctive voice, so I'm not the person who should do this, but someone should create an account that's instead of you know how they have black Israelites, gay Israelites. You have a whole gospel of, and you just go in and you troll Hangouts, and it's just a whole gospel of just how Jesus loves gays.
Why don't we just
how he dressed?
Well, they're on the hunt for demons now.
Why don't we just make an account called Nephilim Enslaved and then copy all of his videos with a different person?
Nah.
Oh boy.
That would be really funny.
That
just
would
the
be
same
incredibly
exact.
tiresome.
Yeah, I mean, I feel sorry for that person. You'd have to say such idiotic.
You have to pay that person a lot. I mean, I wouldn't even want to watch. It would take me. You'd have to pay me a lot of money just to watch all of his videos.
Oh yeah.
That's about right.
I mean, seriously, the guy grates like very few people can.
Well, so far so good. Incidentally, once again, for those that are watching, click on Show More and click on the link if you want to join. You're welcome to do so. We can accommodate 2 more people. I'm determined to get this goddamn thing filled. When we did the testing, we only got 11. We're above that now. We've gotten to 14. I want to get to 15, damn it.
Come on.
So, quick question, Shadow. Do you feel like you're getting your money's worth? Just curious.
I don't know, man. $5 a month, it may or may not. I don't know. It's certainly more fun to stream through XSplit in terms of what I can actually do with the interface.
Isn't it cool to just be a little bit more special than everyone else?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a question. How do you get 15 in here now?
What you have to do is you basically have to you basically set up the equivalent of a Google a corporate account, and once you set yourself as a company, it costs you $5 a month to be able to have Hangouts like this. The problem is that it required me to open a new account. I was going to do that with Shadow, but then it said, nope, fuck you, you need to have a new name. Haha. I was pissed.
Huh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. The problem is that this only applies to off-air Hangouts, so you have to stream with something else.
Does it work the same?
It's a little bit different. A couple things. One being, I don't know how many of you watch the stream before coming in here, but whenever the little ding-dong comes up, that's somebody asking to come in, and I have to click approve. But when somebody goes to join, it shows it doesn't show who's in the Hangout, so people are like, oh, it's empty. Oh, I'm not going in there. Which is kind of the big problem with it.
That's really, once you've done it once, you should know, because I know that most of the time when you go to join a Hangout, it's got the list of people in the Hangout, and this one didn't do that. And it also didn't say you're the first one here. It just said you're trying to join or something like that.
Yeah, and I have to click approve, and it makes this little doorbell noise, which comes out over the stream based on my audio config.
It doesn't say live. It's got that little chain thing in the corner that says shared with the link, whatever that means. Yep. I don't know what else could that say in the corner if you.
That link basically just lets you know essentially that it's a corporate Hangout, and on my side, if I click on that, it just comes up with unnamed Hangout. But I could name it if I wanted to. I just didn't fucking bother.
So people can watch it while we're not live.
Yeah, I have to stream though directly from XSplit or something like that, because otherwise it's just private. It's in theory made for corporations, and as administrator, because rawr. I can eject people, but y'all shouldn't be able to, because y'all are guests.
Can you mod people, like another Hangout?
No, I actually don't even have access to control panel.
Huh. Yeah, I think I was looking at the side options, and I think it looks a little bit smaller, which I think that's probably the one that's missing.
Well, it's going to have to be smaller. The other thing I've noticed is that, and I think it's because it allows for up to 15 people, it seems to be using less bandwidth per person, which is fascinating. When I've been in other Hangouts that everyone's breaking up and there's all kinds of issues with that, I haven't had that problem in here yet.
Huh.
Maybe Google's just treating you extra awesome for that $5. that alone is worth, I think. What if you turn your, let's see, how ugly am I today? I should turn my bandwidth all the way up and see what happens.
Now, is this $5 just per hangout that you do like this, or?
No, it's a month. It's a month. There's
Oh.
a couple different options you can go through. One of them is kind of, I don't remember exactly what it is, but one, in theory it's for larger companies. But for small companies, the way that this thing's set up is it's like $5 per local company member.
Okay,
So
I'm just trying to test and see if this works. I'm trying to broadcast in HD.
actually, that's a point. I'll turn my shit on. Here, let me go.
Is that working? Am I breaking up? What's going
Oh,
on?
Benny, you look so handsome and clear.
No, you look fine from this side.
Yeah. Everybody sounds clear, and yeah. It's
My
all
beard. This is my crazy winter beard.
Nice.
I normally don't let it go like this. There it is.
Does anybody notice my voice?
Yeah, it sounds raspy. Everybody's sick right now.
Oh, does it still sound raspy?
Everybody's sick.
A little, yeah.
I quit smoking 2 weeks ago, eh?
No, it'll take a lot more than 2 weeks for that to get cleared up.
Yeah.
I'm over here sneezing, and I wasn't sneezing until I joined this hangout, so I blame
You're
it on you
allergic.
guys.
Yeah.
It's me. It's me.
Yeah, I live in Southern California. It was 71 degrees out this morning.
So it's Alex sneezing and sniffling, and naturally I'm over here in the side chat saying, "Hey, who's ever sneezing and sniffling? Can you mute, please?" And of course he's the only one that can't see the side chat, which is
Right.
it's like Murphy's Law or something.
And I
I'm
thought it was
sorry.
me just sucking on my Kanger.
God damn it. Sorry, that was my phone that time.
Okay.
I am making all kinds of noises over
Answer
here.
your
I don't
phone,
mean to.
Alex.
Nah, it's
heathens.
Next thing we're gonna get like circus noises coming from Alex. Like,
Heathens. When
Too
if
much
I
going on.
Hang on, Jade.
okay, if I click on control room, it tells me that this is only good. What does it say? Control room is only available in Hangouts on air and moderated video calls.
Yep.
So can you moderate this call and then use control room?
No, I'd have to create it as a live hangout, which I had to separately activate that through my corporate account to make sure I could do live hangouts, and then it was limiting me to 10 again.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of a bitch. Now there are a few other options available through here. One of these is called Uber Conference, so I can actually set it so people can dial in. The other thing I found out is that if people are using some tablets and some phones, they can't normally access this. And that's another downside of it. But through Uber Conference, somebody could just literally call into it, and it'll just show some part of a phone number, like 247 whatever, and it truncates the number so you can't see the whole thing. But yeah, that is something that can be done.
Right,
who
and it
wants to
sounds
show
to me like they're basically going into competition with the types of software we used to use at work for conference calls.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
This sounds like it's basically set up exactly the same way, because we would have some people call in and other
And
people in the room.
The
Yeah.
other thing is, and I was talking about this with Carson the other day when he was having some tech problems. The other thing that you have through here, which somebody was just futzing with, is called remote desktop. That you could actually set it up through this so that you could control somebody else's desktop if they wanted to let you.
Well, yeah, and again, that's common in corporations when you have conference calls, because someone might need to manipulate someone else's desktop to look at someone else has a PowerPoint file set up, and then
they're inept.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. I've seen that so many times. You end up with someone having to control somebody else's desktop because they haven't a fucking clue what they're doing.
And now we have one opening. We're almost at 15 again. We keep getting so
I
close.
advertise. Maybe one of my friends out there will come on in.
Yeah, we just need one more, then I can officially hit 15. Because if I'm going to be holding, okay.
And then are you going to do a shuffle?
Well, tomorrow's shuffles. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a special shuffle. It's
I
going to be.
want to answer my buddy Ben's question. I see a little bit of what you just text on the side. What was your question about it, man?
About the what?
Oh, Befuddled is coming in.
Sour.
Oh,
Sniffling. Oh, there we go. 15.
And we have 15! Woohoo! Maximum capacity, 15 people.
Are we the first to ever do this?
The first stream I've seen, but
Can you
first
go down on history there, Heathen?
Yeah.
first stream I've seen in the first 15-person hangout in our community, at least.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, Alex, I just was. If we weren't on air, I'd talk to you about it, but it's better not to talk about things that.
Yeah,
are, you know. Yeah.
Y'all can catch up on that one later.
Plus, there's ears around.
Hey,
But you know
Befuddled.
what? God bless America and the rights and privileges of people living in Colorado and some other states.
And God bless in Canada.
Right.
It's because God loves us and wants us to be happy.
Yeah, he loves all you heathens more.
That was the Ben Franklin quote about beer. Beer is God's proof that He loves us, and no,
Yeah.
beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy.
Right.
Someone's gonna I can't wait for some crazy case coal mines you.
And Char has just told me that the actual link in the Hangout itself is on the stream is fucked up. It'd be nice if somebody mentioned that earlier. Oh
It
well.
let me in when I used it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fucking full now anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop. Might be back later, but take it easy, guys.
Hey, take care, Benny. We hit 15. Thanks for
Okay.
your help. So anyway, B, how you doing?
Good. What's up? What are you guys talking about?
Well, good grief, we were on genetics earlier, and then we were just BSing and all this other stuff. Tomorrow's my official drunken hangout.
Oh, sweet.
Once a year, I actually allow myself to get drunk. I don't normally drink, period. Tonight, granted, I had a couple of glasses of wine and got a little bit of a buzz for a few. But once a year, I celebrate the passing of my first daughter, and that's going to be tomorrow in a drunken shuffle, which is probably going to be an extended shuffle, and I have no clue when I'm going to start it, but I know that I will be hitting a bottle of Sky Vodka for the night.
Cool.
So, anyone's invited, and I'm hope tomorrow, and this is kind of the prototype run, because, damn it, I want as many people as can show to show. So I'm planning on running in this format, and next month I'm going to decide whether I want to pay $5 a month to be able to keep doing these hangouts.
Would it be bad of me to ask what happened to your daughter?
Well, I was planning on holding that story for tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't mind, I'm going to do so, because I've got a little bit of a script that I'm asking Jade to give me a hand with, and part of the timing of starting it will be based on when she's available, because I'm going to actually start the hangout with a little bit of a script pertaining to that, and then I'm going to tell the tale, and then I will start to drink. This is a yearly ritual for me, because what I've discovered is that even though it's been like 18 years now, it affects me whether I acknowledge it or not, and setting aside a day to deal with it, so to speak, seems to help me out, and that way it doesn't drag out for weeks of me being moody and not being able to do anything about it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because, yeah, it was a rough time. I mean, she did have some genetic problems, and what went on, essentially, to make a long story short, is they had one doctor at the very beginning, and that initial doctor was great. Then another doctor took over the case, and he apparently was never added officially onto the rolls in terms of who was dealing with her and what was going on. When we ended up going to try and get the medical records about a year later, he mysteriously never showed up on said medical records. So that kind of made things awkward with suing, because we would have been suing the wrong fucking doctor. But yeah, this guy upped her dosage of a bunch of medicines, added her to a bunch of other medicines. Prior to him taking over the case, she was breathing on her own. Her heart rate was higher than it could have been, would have been based upon respiration and the respirator and this kind of stuff.
Why couldn't you at least sue the hospital? I mean,
well, hang on. And in addition to that, they'd put her on a bunch of medicines that would prevent bowel movements. So lo and behold, they couldn't do the operation on her when they needed to, after her intestines got perforated by a nurse pushing on her stomach to have, quote, quote, help her with a bowel movement.
Shit.
So they couldn't do the operation because she wasn't having bowel movements because she was on too much damn meds. And I had to make a lot of hard decisions, and those will be referenced tomorrow.
Wow.
But yeah, that's kind of the very shorthand form of it. But I could attempt in theory to sue the hospital, but after they privatized, I would have been suing them right after the privatization, so I would have been suing the doctor, because of course at that point, and a lot of hospitals are doing this, you can't sue the hospital, you have to sue the doctor that worked on the case, because of course the doctors are all considered independent employees. Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Shit.
Damn it. I'm
how
so
old
sorry
was
about
she?
that.
Yeah. She lived all of 6 days.
Aw.
And the rest of that tale will be told tomorrow over a bottle of vodka.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks for telling us. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was long enough ago, and I like to think that I've gotten over it, but this time every year it kind of sinks in there. And this year, honestly, is rougher than most due to some stuff that's going on. Texas is, well, to put it simply, a pile of fucking shit.
Yep.
Yep.
Texas? Is that where you're at?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Is that where it happened?
No.
No, this happened up in Massachusetts, but
Oh,
Texas is a pile of shit for other reasons. Actually, I'm sorry to those out in the stream. The people watching on the stream will not be able to hear this, but I'm going to switch my audio for one moment for the sake of the people in the room. And tonight they're the only ones that are going to be able to hear this, and I am sorry for that. But let me switch to my standard speakers for the internal audio here. And fun enough, I can hear my voice coming across it. But I want to give you folks an idea of why this is hitting a little bit harder this year. Let me see now. MREC 1. There we go. That should be the one. Oops, wrong one. Let me see now. Let me make sure my audio is going to the right thing here. And Bang Fizz is coming in, and it doesn't look like it's going to cooperate for me here. Speakers high def, internal here. Actually, it looks like it might go out on both feeds. Hang on, let me see now. I'm gonna have to switch. No, I can't switch the audio right now. Never mind, it'll have to wait for tomorrow.
So you can talk to just us and not the outside audience?
I can talk just to the outside audience and not you guys here. There was a hangout I did a bit of a while ago in which Evitable was in there, and he was talking about economics. And he was talking about economics, and he was talking about economics, and I got so fucking bored of listening to him that I turned down the audio level inside the Hangout and was playing "The Internet Is for Porn" for the sake of the actual audience, so they wouldn't get bored of shit.
Yeah. That's a cool trick.
So you could technically mute this if someone's going on a boring tangent and play something for the audience that they will enjoy?
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
I've done it before. All I need to do is change my audio stream inside here, and it will completely redirect it. So I just set you guys a line that I'm not using, like line 2 or something like that, or line 3. I have a bunch of virtual. I use a program called Virtual Cable, which I also set Lasoyo up with. I'd bought a license for it a while ago, then I didn't use it that much, and I felt like I didn't get my money worth, so I basically gave him my license. And he's using that right now for some of his broadcasts, and it seems to be working pretty well for it, and I, at least this way, feel like I'm getting some use out of it. But using stuff like virtual audio cable, I can do all kinds of weird tricks when I'm doing this. I can set myself up to play audio through here that they'll hear, and all kinds of other stuff too. But right now, you guys, if I play something over my headset, you won't hear it, but the stream will.
Interesting.
Yeah. All kinds of funky layouts here. But yeah, we'd officially made it to 15, so gigs up at this point, and we can wrap this up anytime you all want. I don't know whether we're winding down or not.
What time? You said you're not sure.
Whoa, one at a time.
Sorry.
I'm just going to say thanks for letting me come in and say hi, and I'll bounce.
Oh, thanks, Fiction. Good to have you. Go ahead.
All right.
I just didn't know what time you don't know what time you're going to start tomorrow.
I have no fucking clue. Part of it is a matter of when my wife gets home, because frankly, if I'm being diabetic, if I'm going to drink, I need to make sure my wife's around, because I'm going to need to do extra testing periodically to make sure my blood sugar doesn't get too high. I've got to be careful and safe with it, obviously.
Are you type 1 or type 2?
I'm type 1.
Oh, really? When were you? I have an 11-year-old daughter who was diagnosed when she was 5. So.
Well, unfortunately, in my case, I went undiagnosed for the majority of my life.
Wow.
It's actually at the point that, and I'm also fragile diabetic because I went the majority of my life. By the time I was actually diagnosed, I was almost 40.
Wow.
So, yeah, major clusterfuck there. I go in there, they go, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I've been losing massive amounts of weight, yada, 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 all this other stuff.
Right.
Well, I'd been out of work for a little bit of while, courtesy of disability, so I hadn't been I used to work slinging around like 200-pound printers for a
Right.
living. So, once you're no longer doing that little physical activity, you're not burning as much sugar as you had been
Right.
previously. It caught up with me.
Wow. So are you on like a pump or anything, or do you just do injections? Insulin?
The only pump that they actually that my insurance will cover is one that I'd have to sit there and calculate in the sugars of every meal prior to eating and all this, and it's not it doesn't do any of the testing, so it's kind of pointless.
Hmm.
So I just have to take my insulin. As I like to joke, I just have to shoot up periodically.
Right. Okay. Yeah. We did. My daughter's on a pump, but yeah, we did the multiple injections for about a year before she got on the pump. So yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's
I
pretty
understand.
freaking miserable. It's pretty freaking miserable. It's not too fun, but
Yeah,
you
I
got to
bet.
deal with it. You just got
Yeah.
to deal with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, when they finally tested me, good grief, my triglycerides were like, I think it was like about 3,000. My
Wow.
blood sugar, my resting blood sugar was off. I don't know what it was. It was over 600 though.
Wow. Yeah.
And the doctor literally said to me that he was surprised I wasn't in a coma.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Triglyceride is over 6,000.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Now they'd seen worse triglycerides, but it was still pretty fucking bad.
yeah.
You know, I used to work for a company here called Minneapolis Mad Dads, and back when I was, preaching, and there's a guy.
When you were,
who-
did you say when you were preaching?
Yes.
Yeah, he used to
you
be.
were.
Yeah, he used to be a preacher.
Oh wow.
And there was a guy. His name was Boatwright. That was his last name. I don't remember his first name. And Boatwright was also diabetic, but he went most of his life without, being diagnosed and, having a fucking clue. It wasn't until one day we went to this picnic, this boat ride. Ironically, the guy's name Boatwright. But anyway, there was a senior boat ride that we were funding, and it was a hot day, and he collapsed, and we were like, "What's going on with Boatwright?" And come to find out, after paramedics dealt with him for a while, and he went away for about 2 hours or something. Comes back, that's when he found out that he was diabetic.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It happens, I guess. I want to say it's probably. I don't even know how to say this without offending 13.
Yeah.
It tends to be a common thing amongst older men to not, check their health the way they should be, and therefore, it was actually definitely his case. He was really old school.
Well, actually, hang on. I got to actually cut in on that, in part because
Uh-huh.
you said, you're worried about offending me on this one.
Uh-huh.
When you go through pretty much your entire life, especially in my case, finding out so late in the game that I'm type 1, and
Mhm.
all of a sudden I have to test all the time, I need to
Mhm.
remember to take shots and this and that, it'd be much easier if, I'd been diagnosed much younger, because I would have gotten in the pattern of taking shots, and now I have to sit there and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh crap, did I take it? Did I not take it? And frankly,
Yeah.
low blood sugar is incredibly dangerous. So if I'm like, crap, did I take it or not? I, go check the blood sugar. If it seems decent at that particular time that I test, I might not take it, even though maybe I should be. And you're not in the habit of it. It's easier to
Yeah.
build those habits when you're younger.
Well, I think that was what we said, because, like I said, my daughter was 5 when she was diagnosed, and so she does have some memory of, but her, your memories of before you're 5 are not all that great anyway. So I said it probably is better for her that she was diagnosed that young, that she doesn't have, like the people that are diagnosed when they're teenagers. It's like they already know what life was like, not having to deal with all that crap, and now, I imagine that makes it a lot harder. So in some ways, it is better that she was diagnosed when she was young.
Yeah.
At 51 years old, I don't go to the doctor unless I'm dying. But literally, I have to be in so much pain or misery that I can't take it anymore before I will step foot in a doctor's office.
Yeah, I hear that.
But I don't have any crazy, diabetic type things going on with me. So
Yeah, nothing that'll
fortunately,
kill
knock
you.
on wood. Knock on wood,
Well,
But
you
I
know-
tend to agree. Us older guys, if like me, we don't give a shit about doctors. We don't go for physicals and stuff. We just go through life.
Go for your yearly whatever checkup.
I hadn't had a physical in 10 years or longer.
Now, if I may, now in my particular case, it really did sneak up on me, and I didn't know it. And I went and I donated blood. Now I'd been losing weight slowly but steadily, and after giving blood, over the course of the month that followed that, I dropped from 160 some odd pounds down to 135 within a month.
Wow.
It was scary as shit. I literally thought I was going to die. I'd had a couple mini strokes around this time period, that both of which affected the language center of my brain. Actually, I'd had one prior, I had two shortly thereafter. But yeah, it fucked me up. I had no idea what was going on. I would have never guessed it was diabetes. You know, skinny son of a bitch, you don't think of that.
Right.
But that's crackhead type weight loss there, man.
Oh yeah, I mean, but it was after I gave blood, so I was really freaked out by this. So I go to the doctor, and I've got to tell the story just for the hell of it. And I listed out all my symptoms. I'd written them down the day before so they could enter them in. And we're talking like a page and a half of symptoms. And the doctor was going through them. Now, massive sickness at the time, massive weight loss, all this other stuff. And of course, there was a male-related problem that was on there. So the doctor is sitting there going through all these symptoms because I wanted to be thorough, because I wanted to be diagnosed properly. And he goes through all of these, and he's sitting there reading through them, and he's like, okay, well, we're going to test your blood sugar first. And lo and behold, yep, definitely have a problem with the blood sugar. And then as he's going through the list, he's like, I'm not giving you Viagra. And I looked at him like, dude, I'm just listing all my symptoms. You know, I'm not asking for anything right now. I'm like, what the fuck?
Really, man,
He thought he answered you before you even questioned.
No, I'm like, no, dude, I'm not here asking for the Candyman, motherfucker. I'm just telling you, I'm starting to have some issues here because I'm apparently really fucked up right now. Now, granted, that's, been dealt with courtesy of the blood sugar, but it was a weird time period, I'm like, what the fuck's going on
If you take
here?
this Viagra, you're going to have a bad time.
Actually, in my case, it probably would have killed me at the time. I'd lost so much muscle mass that my heart wasn't working well either.
Oh,
Jeez.
Your heart was in major stress due to your blood sugar situation.
Oh, yeah,
Not have
massively
been
so.
good.
And here I am. My only complaint with taking the stuff is that it makes my nose stuffy.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it's your body saying, I'm going to just start shutting down extra parts because you can't handle it.
Yeah.
Scary
I had
fucking
some
time
bad
period, man.
Viagra once and made everything in my body stiff, but my dad.
But
I don't think that's how it's supposed to work.
That's a classic one. That's a classic joke right there. That is not original.
of course, I'm sitting there thinking, if one day my evil ex manages to find this hangout, she'll be like, oh, he can't get it up anymore. That was years ago for like a month. Come on, fuck off.
All right, I'm gonna take off, guys, but I'll try to make it tomorrow to.
Well, for those that can make it. Otherwise, watch it. Whatever. Tomorrow's the day, and I'm actually going to take this sucker offline because I just noticed we're approaching the 2-hour 30-minute mark. So let's do some closing comments. And Fizzy,
Oh, me? I get to go first? Okay.
you get to go first, man. You're on the top of the list, literally.
Yeah, I'm on the top of the list, last one in, first one to speak on the closing mark. I don't know what to say, man. I hope it all worked out. What's going on tomorrow? That's what I want to know.
Tomorrow I am having my one day of the year that I drink and let myself get drunk. And damn it, now we got somebody coming in last minute.
Okay, you know what? I'll be here for that.
Okay, if you can come in, you're more than welcome,
We'll
Fizzy.
get drunk together. How about that?
That sounds like a plan. That's what I'm inviting people to do.
I already got a head start. All right, I'm done. Y'all have a good night.
And at this point, we're doing closing comments. Sorry you joined so late, Kevin. Heike, it's been great to have you, by the way. It's been ages since I had you in a hangout. Closing comments, if any, before I take this sucker offline.
Oh, yeah.
Not you, Carson.
Don't.
Heike, no Heike. Okay. Carson, go ahead, seeing as you're in a rush.
Don't kiss these hoes in the mouth.
Sounds good. Lee, haven't heard too much from you, but closing comments, if any.
Well, shit. Thanks for, letting me in. It's my first hangout. This is Flaw from the comments, by the way. I couldn't figure out how to get on from there. And so, yeah. Have a good one, man.
Oh, man, it's been good to have you. Glad that you joined a bizarre hangout for your first one here. Normally they're limited to 10, but this is a little bit of an experiment here.
Yeah. All right. Well, you all have a good night.
Take care, man. And Kevin, sorry you joined at the very end here. I'm about to shut the sucker down. I got it to my target of 15 people in the hangout, and now we're just winding down.
No worries. I just came in to help you out if you need an extra person. Sorry I came so late.
All good, man. Anyway, I'm going to take this puppy offline now before we hit the 2:30 mark. And let's see now, where's the fucking button on XSplit?